live with the audio as a test. I'm just going to test this out real quick here, guys.
Right, you have to make sure that you can hear us. So let's see if that turn your sound back up, I guess.
No, apparently that did.
Wonderful.
And we're good to go. Beautiful. Wow. 2025, we are back. This is exciting. Guys, we have been working diligently here for several weeks, several weekends, to get the studio in the state that it's in right now. We still do have a few final touches to get done with some of the camera work to give you guys some better quality images, but those are coming in the next week or so. In the meantime, Jesse and I today played around with the sound quite a bit.
It's been a long day, folks.
And we've got things going. I am glad to see everybody. It is so exciting to be back. I haven't played Battletech since before Christmas. So I am excited for this, Jesse. What about you, buddy?
I try to play Battletech regularly. It doesn't depend on you,
yeah. So Jesse,
but yeah,
Jesse runs obviously our regular Wednesday night games out downtown Toronto at Harry Tarantula. They've got quite a crew. You guys got 22 guys out there.
22 people showed
on Wednesday, which was pretty cool. And you guys did do a demonstration of
Battletech Aces.
So what we're going to be doing this year, guys, is as a follow-up to Friday Night Aces, which Tommy and I did for almost 2 years. I think it was 20 months. And then Jesse came on board in the latter part of last year to give Tommy a bit of a break and breather while he was off busy doing other things. We have a new show we're going to run on Sunday night, since you're here, you're watching it, called Aces Legacy. And Legacy is going to continue to follow the antics of Lance Vander in the Ill Clan era. What we're going to do regularly going forward, probably starting in about 2 weeks, is we are going to use like the Hinterlands book, some of the new releases like Ilkon's Eyes, only to create scenarios and missions using the new Lance Vander. Tonight, we are not going to use the new Lance Vander. We are going to use the Mechificent Seven. Now, some of you might have seen these guys, this unit, on the live streams from PAX Unplugged. It is kind of like the Avengers of Battletech that we have created here at Six Sides of Gaming and with the Fox Network. And tonight we're going to do a scenario that Jesse had come up with that we are going to use at 2 different conventions coming up this year. We're going to use a version of this at Breakout Con in March. That's the weekend of March 14th, 15th, and 16th, I believe.
We'll be there Saturday, March 15th.
That's correct. And we will also then use it 2 weeks later at
Adepticon.
There you go. So we will be at Adepticon. We will run this for you guys. We don't know in what capacity yet we're going to run it there. We may run it on an open table. We may do it as programming. We don't know yet. We'll figure that out for you. We will be there. We will have the cool stuff, and we will bring aces to you, okay? That said, the format for the show, obviously we're going to be running the new source book material and the Chaos campaign stuff. But some of the things, if you guys are going to have questions with the Aces cards, for now, until we have official word as to how I'm allowed to interact with the cards on stream, we will not be showing any of the cards directly on camera. But what we can do is we can show you tutorial cards that will appear in the Aces rulebook. Now, these may not be the final versions of it, but it'll be something that shows you guys how the cards work and give you a feel and understanding for what it is you're going to get when the box sets finally drop and what we're doing on stream. So we have icons we can pop up on stream that show you guys this. We will do that once we get into the game. From there on in, I guess I'll hand it over to Jesse, and Jesse can explain tonight's scenario. One last thing is that you notice we don't have to change camera angles anymore. You can see us both at the same time. Right now, we're on what we call our multiplayer view. If I, with a click of a button here, switch this, we can go to a straight up two-player game, which is a little different, but we also lose those extra cameras, okay?
Also, it makes it more obvious I need a booster seat.
Yeah. Now, some of the other things we did add in here. This is one of the things we were trying to figure out. We were having a little difficulty with it. We have added sound effects. Okay, so we can do things like a VTOL flyover. I can't hear it myself, but I think you guys should be fly overhead. We can do things like fire. We can do of the House Davian AC-10s going off in the distance. We can also do things like firing a large laser. So we got some cool stuff. In addition to that, we do have a couple of neat things like, if somebody rolls something good, we get snake eyes. There we go. Everybody's favorite snake eyes, right? Or, if you want, we can go have the box cars, right? You got good roll. We got a headshot. We got box cars up there. Jesse's monitoring the chat here.
Yep.
Okay, so and then obviously we got that, and then sometimes we're gonna get a good die roll, right? So in each corner we're gonna have a couple of different little images that pop up. So if I have a good die roll, my good friend Tuck is going to pop up on the screen, and if I roll box cars or snake eyes or something good, we get Tuck up on the screen, right? On the other side of things, if our friend Jesse gets a good set of dice rolls up in that corner, well, we get this guy.
My fellow Davian, for better or worse.
Yes. Along the way too, everybody's favorite. There he is. See, yeah. There he is. There he is. Everybody's favorite. And of course, if we want to continue down the Tommy path, we get a little bit of, there he is. He's trying to be me. That's what we actually named the photo. I named the photo. Trying to be me. He's given the rocker salute, right? And then, of course, last but not least, the smiling champion, the whirling dervish of Battletech. Jesse K, there he is, right?
It's spooky because I'm even in the city.
And from that, I'll pass it over to Jesse, and he can tell us about tonight's scenario.
Sure thing. So seeing your messages in the chat there, Bezcar, sound effects seem like they're coming in a little bit loud. We'll take a look at that as we go, but we'll take it easy.
Actually, I'll go do that right now.
Sure. All right, Paul's going to go take a look at that and make sure that we can get it down to somewhere where we're not going to be blowing your speakers out. If you will take a look at the center of your screen, you will see the board that Paul has set up for this scenario that we have codenamed Code Mordred. In this scenario, it is the year 3068, the Blakist era, as YouTube prefers that we call it. And the Blakist invasion is in full swing. At this point, there's already been one invasion on New Avalon. We fought it off, Davians. We know what we're doing. But there are more coming. In this particular point in the canon, some mercenaries have been hired to supplement the defenses of New Avalon. The 12th Vegan Rangers, for instance, are there. But it's as much a case of help defend the planet as it is rest and recover, because these mercs have been getting kicked in the teeth by all the sudden Blakist divisions that have shown up out of nowhere. This is at the second wave, where now we've got 2 divisions of Blakist Protectorate militia on the planet. They land right on top of the 12th Vegan and scatter them to the winds, and they're on their way into Avalon City. But who's standing in their way, you ask? The Mechificent Seven are on the board. You're going to be hearing more about these folks soon, but like Paul said, you've probably already, if you've been paying attention, you've caught them like at the live stream at PAX Unplugged and in some other places. I know that Randall Bills, who plays one of the characters in the Mechificent Seven, has also publicly disclosed that we've got Tex of Tex Talks Battletech playing a character, and Big Red from Big Red 40 Tech is also playing one of these characters. We've also got this guy, Paul, which, is fine. It's still a good unit. But they are here to try and defend the evacuation of civilians in the face of the Blakist invasion. So, We've got the Mech 7 starting sort of scattered in on this sort of industrial spaceport that has now been militarized into an emergency evacuation zone, and we've got the Blakists coming in from the side here. Presenter Aldergeist, their leader, is in this Sagittaire up here. And, well, in theory, Tommy is the leader of the Mech 7 and his Highlander up here. What is going to happen in this scenario is we've got points where evacuation vehicles are going to spawn. We've got some of them are going to be coming out of this building in the corner, some of them are going to be coming out of the Leopard, and some of them are going to be coming from this elevated tramway here. The Mech 7 want to make sure that these evacuation vehicles reach the dropship intact. Every evacuation vehicle that gets successfully to the dropship is worth a point to the players. However, the Blakists seriously outgun the Mech 7. And the evacuation vehicles are armed, so if anyone is going to make it through this alive, the evacuation vehicles are going to have to participate in the defense. But it is a tight game of win or lose, right? How much can you expose one of these vehicles to do damage to a Blake unit before you have to pull it back to get it on the dropship? Especially while the Aces deck, as we've already seen in previous episodes of Aces, is very good at hunting down those objectives, and they're going to be considering the evacuation vehicles as objectives. I mean, we're going to have to see if the Mech 7 can save anybody.
Perfect. So, for those that have watched Battletech Aces for the last 20 months of development, you know where we are at with it. Obviously, you may or not have seen the tutorials from PAX Unplugged, etc., etc. So tonight, when we get to the first time to the Aces cards, we will begin, like I said, bringing up these tutorial cards that everybody can see, and we will go over the symbols and whatnot as they come up. Okay? So with that said, I guess we can get things going and roll some initiative. I will be playing the part of the Aces deck for us tonight, and Jesse will be controlling the Mechificent Seven. I will continue to use these lucky red dice for initiative. And
I'm going to be using white for the Mech 7's mechs.
And there's a 6.
A 6? We can beat that. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a 9.
9. Okay, so we have, 8 guys on the Mechificent 7, correct? including yeah, that's Toronto math.
The Mechificent 7 plus Banquo.
Plus Banquo.
Who is also magnificent in his own way.
So on the side of the Word of Blake, they do have 10 units, so it's 10 versus 8. So I'm going to move 2 to start, and then we'll even up on the second turn. I'll move 1, and we go from there. Okay, so the low, and tonight I am using all new, never before seen or used Aces decks. That we will not name them, but these are brand new. So these are going to behave, for the first time I get to play them, differently than what you've seen on screen before. Okay? So the lowest initiative on the side of the Aces deck, or the Word of Blake, is going to start at number 62, which is an LRM carrier. So LRM carrier on the far side, closest to Jesse, wants to, and we are going to just move this back over here so I don't have it on the screen. All right, so aggressive. If the nearest enemy is activated, no, we are going to go to balanced. If there are more allies than enemies within 18, no. That is incorrect, so he's going to be cautious. So objective nearest, okay? And I do have the commander deck here, so I'm going to put this over to the side on A. So we want to ground movement, wants no line of sight to any enemies, occupy woods in the while targeting the lowest point value unit. Okay. Or trying to get line of sight to him.
So he wants line of sight, even though he's set up for indirect fire. That's interesting. How far can he move?
They move a whopping 4. Yep.
All right. Well, he's not going to get line of sight with 4. I can tell you that right now, because you can see here, like, the line of sight are these open gates. Now, do we accommodate with the understanding that someone's going to be spotting for him? My instinct is yes, but you've got the final call on that, Paul. I would suggest he just tucks in here and waits for spotting.
Yeah.
All right. Then, yeah.
We're good. Okay. Right, so, like I said, we did the first move there. I am going to bring up the tutorial card here, and we're going to explain what we did there. Okay? So, Jesse will pointed off the details on the card while I read it out again. Okay.
Can
Okay. So I'll bring the card up in there, and this is the anatomy of an aces card. Okay. So when you get a card and you draw it, your card's going to have multiple different columns on it. It's going to have an aggressive column. It's also going to have a balanced column and then a cautious column. Every time you draw an aces card, you start static left through center to right. Okay, there is colored conditions along the top, as you can see. Okay, and obviously cautious is the default, which you're always going to fall into if you don't meet the conditions of either aggressive or balanced. So in this case, okay, as you can read the card on the screen there, you can see on the example, but the actual card that I had in my hand, it says if the nearest enemy green check mark, which means activated, that's a symbol for activated, and there are no enemies within 18, that means my unit would have maintained and stayed in the aggressive column and then gone down to take care of the portions of the card that are non-colored in that column to meet the criteria for where it's going to move and where it's going to try to gain line of sight and or cover or maybe hide or stand still, things like that. Okay, so my unit in this instance did not meet the conditions to stay in aggressive. We moved it over to balanced, and then balanced we had if there are more allies than enemies. Sorry, if there are more allies than enemies within 18, actually he should have stayed unbalanced. That's my bad. I misread that. Okay, so what he wants to do now is he's going to want to activate it within, or sorry, any units within 18 that he can gain line of sight to. So what enemy units are within 18 of him?
Let's see.
If anything?
Not 18.
Okay, so out to 24.
Out to 24. Nice even 2 feet. From where he started, still not quite.
Still not nothing. So then he does go out to cautious, right? And then it becomes the move that we had. Because on the card there is a zone. We went to the 2 zones that were on the requirements for this one. Nothing met. Nothing was in 18. Nothing was in 24. Now, because we can't attain those goals that the card parameters are setting, we are going to go to cautious to the next column, which was the move that we just had into the corner with Jesse moving it behind the wall. Okay, so I will bring that down. Every time we do a move here, we'll bring it back up so you guys can take a look at it and get an understanding. And then when we go to the firing phase, we will also talk about the bottom half of the card tutorial there as how units fire. Okay, so Mech 7 is up and may move. I'll check the chat while you guys are doing that.
Did you not want to move 2 Blakes?
No, just one.
Just one?
Oh, sorry. Two. You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct. The next one would be 103, I think. No, I had a lower one. 103. 102. 102 is the gunslinger. So the gunslinger, in this instance, wants to, under aggressive, if the nearest enemy is activated, no, so we're going to go to balanced. If there are more allies within enemies than 18, yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's also a missile boat. He's going to have a similar reaction here on turn 1. Okay, so within 18 or 24, yes, there's going to be something within 18 because he's outside the wall.
Yeah.
So what's closest?
That's going to be the Scorpion.
The Scorpion is going to be the one within 18. My unfortunate Spectre is not possibly within 18 there.
Within 18, no way.
I know nobody wants my Spectre to be shot at,
No way.
no? Okay, so we've got the Gunslinger wants to line of sight to the nearest, so he's targeting Kratzen, the bad apple. Wants to get to medium range. Wants to stay out of line of sight from anything that is weaker than it. Cover from as many greater enemies as possible. Occupy woods if it can.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe these boxes. Any out of line of sight is going to be tricky if it wants to advance because we've got Tommy and Tex on these elevated positions. But getting behind these boxes, protect him from Tex is awesome. And you know what? This structure here might be in the way from the Highlander. So if he's moving up, what he's got, 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's more than enough to. That's close, actually. But
and we didn't. He's a TMM of 1.
Oh yeah, get some movement dice for the LRM carrier as well.
The LRM carrier doesn't get a TMM. He's too slow. There's a couple of 1s, anyways.
Right on.
And we go to the Mechificent Seven. Beskar, to answer your question, I had a quiet Christmas this year. New Year's Eve, I hung out with Tommy at the new pub that he opened up here in the Kitchener Waterloo area in Guelph, and had a pretty good time. Bringing in the new year with actually one of my good friends, right? So nothing super exciting or super spectacular. It was pretty quiet this year, low key.
Pretty much ditto for me, Beskar. Hope the same. Well, I hope you had a better time, frankly, because ours was quiet. I hope you were out partying, like you mentioned from earlier. So I think we're going to move the Highlander first, because it's one of the tankiest mechs that we've got, and also I resent Tommy a little because I haven't spoken to him since before Christmas, so I don't mind putting him into danger. But he does like the elevation he's at, so what I think is he's going to move just a little down onto the side of the Aurora dropship here, so he can clear line of fire all through this way. If we move him up a bit, he'll still get some partial cover from anyone trying to shoot through there, but he'll be able to shoot down at these folks into cover. I think that'll work out just fine. He gets a TMM of 1.
Perfect. Okay, next up for the AI will be the Black Knight. If unaggressive, if there is an ally within 24 that has lost more armor than you. Incorrect. We have had no combat yet. So, balanced. Now, this Black Knight, just for those wondering, is a brawler. Okay, so this is fighting as a brawler. Balanced. If there are any enemies within 24, that is true. Correct? Yep. Okay, so you can see I'm balanced. Within 12, wants line of sight to red. Red on the commander deck is, in this instance, flip this card back over. Normally would have been an objective. There's no objective on the board yet. So not going to target an objective because it's not there. It's going to default to the unit with the lowest TMM. That's within his range of 12. Or 18, closest.
A range of 18. So it's going to be between the Scorpion and the
Okay,
Ostrach.
So then the highest amount of medium damage is the next tiebreaker.
Okay, between the Scorpion and the Ostrach. I think that's the Ostrach. The Ostrach has a medium damage of 4.
Okay, so wants to move closer to target while also maintaining a close distance to the nearest ally, cover from as many enemies, occupy woods if it can.
So move up right next to the gunslinger,
That's basically it, yep.
Yep, okay, that's simple. And what's the Black Knight's TMM?
Black Knight is a TMM of 1.
Pretty sure I got another 1 here somewhere.
You grabbed a few there? Okay, beautiful.
I got a handful, and they're all no moves. That's just the bad luck of reaching into a pile. I'm going to, well, I'll tell you what, let's have Paul see if he can go that and grab a few because we're moving
Yes,
back
I will do that
turn.
while you're moving. I'll grab some.
Yeah. So, we've got the Highlander doing some cover fire. We're seeing a lot of Word of Blake folks advancing sort of towards our mediums in the center here. So I think we're going to try to put that Scorpion into a more advantageous position. I know that Kratos has a habit of getting that Scorpion up and close and personal.
She does.
And she likes to destroy enemies more than she likes to worry about being destroyed. So it's got to move at 12. Which means, can it get down behind these? Yeah, I think she can take a little bit of cover from these crates. So, she's going to take that awesome quad mech and just scuttle here. And then, how do we want to handle changing the terrain? Do we want to call that 2 inches to get onto the tram?
Yep.
Okay, so that brings her down. She can still make it. So she's going to come down there and get some cover from those buildings. And her Scorpion has a TMM of 2.
TMM of 2. Okay, next for the AI is going to be the Thug. This is also fighting as a brawler. Under aggressive, if the ideal red is activated and within 18. So is there anything within 18 of the Thug? I would assume it's probably going to default to...
it is Kratos.
Kratos? Okay.
Yep.
So for those wondering, when you're determining colors, obviously the color code on the commander card is going to dictate what it is you are prioritizing. I'm just going to flip this over here, and I am going to bring up the Ace's command card anatomy. Okay, so the commander cards have a series of instructions, both front and back. They cover your BSP, they cover your objective moves. They also tell you how to prioritize targets or enemy units. Okay, so in this case, this is not the same card as what's up on the screen, but you can see there's three different colors, and it gives a series of conditions or priorities for that. Okay, so in this instance, red on my commander card, the first priority would be an objective. So if we were playing an objective-based game, which we are, okay, it would go after the objective. So in this case, if it was like turn 3 or 4 and we had some of these vehicles on the board, they would be going after the vehicles instead of fighting the mechs. Okay, it gives the AI some intelligence and intellect to achieve its goals for the scenario. Okay, there's ways of doing that when you play the game. We have waypoint markers that get put on the board. If say their movement, it'll go towards a waypoint marker. So if it's trying to do an escort mission or trying to get off, escape from a different table edge, or maybe get to a certain position to score points, it'll go to those objective markers instead. In this case, since there's no objective on the field yet, it's going to go to the next condition on the card that you would see up top. Okay, on my card, that next condition is the lowest TMM. Now, because there is only one unit within the designated range, which is on, I bring back up the card. There's a range there. If there's only one mech within a zone, that mech automatically defaults no matter what as the priority or the target or what they're going to react off of. That will stop the AI from doing things like reacting to a mech that's all the way across the board and ignoring something close to it that could be an immediate threat, danger, or fight risk, right? So in this case, Kratzen, or the Scorpion, is the only unit within that zone, so the Thug is going to key off of Kratzen, and Kratzen automatically defaults as the priority red unit in its area. Okay, so
now if you'll allow me just for a second,
yeah,
I think I get a nickel every time I do this. Wow, Paul, these pop-up graphics are phenomenal.
All right, yeah.
And let me just check my account. Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Hey,
they're phenomenal. I know. They're good. They're good. They're good. The good thing is I have control of the Stream Deck. Okay, so now that we've determined Kratzen is the red, okay, it wants to. Where are we here? Boom, 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 boom. No unactivated units within 12 move closer to the target, occupy woods, and try to maintain only line of sight to the target if it can.
So no unactivated units within 12 is easy. It wants line of sight only to the target, but still take cover is interesting. My initial thought is up here, folks at home. It's not perfect because of the Spectre up here, but there's not much it's going to be able to do to get out of the range of that anyway, and also, it's just a Spectre.
Yes,
we're not
just
worried
a
about
Spectre.
it. So what's the move
just
on that
a
Thug?
Spectre. It's not a Phoenix Hawk Lamb, but it's a Spectre. I'll bring it back up to the double thing so you guys can see the side camera.
What's the move on the Thug?
The move on the Thug is 8.
8.
Not double check it.
Bad for an assault. So yeah, it is going
Yeah.
and creeps and hunting. Can't quite get to the cover at once, but that's close, and that's got to be a TMM1 based on its size.
Correct. All right, Mech 7.
Mech 7.
Since we won initiative, we probably want myself and Banquo going towards the end so we can get behind some guys, probably.
Yeah.
Probably the Night Sky and the Exterminator, which are very quick.
Yeah, so how far could you get?
Randolph P. Checkers over there, I think, standing on top of the Leopard class dropship, probably wants to do something here. He's not going to move that quickly. He's going to cost him 2 to get down. He only moves 6, right? An awesome.
His awesome only moves 6.
So he can basically get to here. That wouldn't be very good, though. Or we can just...
I mean, we also want to consider he knows there's going to be an objective spawning there at the start of next turn, so he might not want to lose his height advantage.
May want to stay put, and we may want to just either him or Randall both sit put because Randall and the Banshee over there, right here, is in a very good spot with cover from a lot of people.
So why don't we stand still the Banshee? We'll get that -1 to his eventual
Yep.
targeting number.
Yep. Randall gets his paintbrush out and starts making some art.
Yep.
Art. Okay, so we've moved. We're going to go to the Exterminator, ironically, next. The Exterminator is moving on, 104. So, if the ideal red is activated, then unit can move within 12 of it. So, red in this case would be within 12.
The Exterminator?
Nothing, and then 20. And there's nothing within 20. So he's not going to maintain aggressive. If there are any activated units within 24 of the Exterminator, that is a good question. I'm going to grab my tape measure here. 24 inches. I don't think there's going to be anything within 24. There's not, because I have not activated yet. So next we will go to Cautious. So may move ground or jump, ground or sprint if there are no enemies within 36, which is not true. It wants to gain line of sight to the closest red. It wants to maintain a distance of 12 and cover from as many enemies as possible. So I am the closest unit, so it's going to, as I explained in the last move, it's going to default to me. Okay. It wants to maintain at least 12 and wants to stay out of cover while gaining line of sight to me. So I'm thinking back here. It gives him a shot at me.
I can see
even though I haven't moved yet. Oh, he can see over it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he comes back around here, like so. Tucks in. Oh, he's got line of sight to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take out the terrain there, and the Exterminator has a TMM movement of 3.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, to the Mechificent Seven. I'll go to the chat.
Yep. I want to see what happens with the Blakes more before we move some of our mediums. So I think we're going to sync Tex, Dr. Checkers. It's fun.
It's a no move. You got a no move token there?
Characters. So yeah, I think we're just going to do a no move.
There we go. All right. Next for the AI. I did 104. 103 is done. 83 is done. Penetrator. Penetrator is going to go. Here we go. Get these to stop sticking together. Aggressive. If the ideal red is activated and the unit can move within 12. And again, another skirmisher. No. Any activators within 24. They actually got the. He's got a similar card here.
Yep. Greatest by a little bit.
Okay. Now the Penetrator does not. Oh, it does jump, so he can go ground or jump here if needed. It wants to get line of sight to the first activated enemy, which is Kratzen. Okay, in front, closest, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Keep medium range. Keep medium range from target, and it wants cover versus the target.
Wants medium range. So that's not bad. I mean, it means it can't get any closer than 6. It wants cover, which I mean, really would be sort of this party we're having over here.
Yeah, it's the party behind the fallen shipping containers.
So, because of this green box here, that is still providing cover from Kratos, but it's going to open them up to something up there. I think he's willing to take that because he's such a bigger mech. He's not too concerned about exposing himself there yet. No pun intended, using that particular verbiage for the mech named a Penetrator. Yep. What's the TMM on that?
Penetrator is a 1.
It's a 1. Did it jump?
No, it did not.
No, it did not. Okay.
I have not moved the Sagittarius yet. I moved the Exterminator. And to the Mech 7. Mech 7's up.
Yeah. Well, like we said, we wanted to wait for our mediums to see what's happening. And what's happening is they're going to be advancing this way. It looks like this side of the board is going to be a little weak. And I say that knowing that there's going to be a Sagittarius up here commanding some fire lanes. We'll deal with that in a minute. I think now that we've seen how some of those smaller guys have gone, it's time to move Wily's Spectre.
I'm going to deal with this exterminator. I'm going to flank him.
Yeah.
Now, I'm still getting used to moving a Spectre. What does he jump, 16?
The Spectre is on unless he moves 14, but he can ground or jump.
Well, I'm going to jump, definitely.
Yeah, you want that extra TMM. That is a very small, fast mech with a very big laser.
I can see him with partial cover. And that gives me I believe, a 4?
The Spectre has a TMM of 3.
With a 4 for the jump, right?
4 for the jump. Here I've got...
There's red tokens
4,
in there.
but I've got a red token. Oh, no, here we go. 1 plus 4.
Beautiful. Give me a red token, though, so remember I jumped. All right. Next, for the AI, 325, 342, 325 is going to be next. Is the Sagittaire. Hopefully he's not reacting off me. Jumping close by. Okay. If the ideal yellow is activated and within 24, is there anything within 24 of him?
I mean, what's yellow?
Yellow will be just the first default of anything.
24 is pretty
Kratzen.
strong. Kratzen and...
Me, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
So yellow would normally have been, and like we'll go back to this again here. I will bring up we are on the second thing, so I will bring up the command card. In this instance, on my card, it's going to be, obviously again, it's going to be different than what you see up there, but to give you guys an example, it would prioritize the objective on my card. We don't have an objective on the board yet. Next is on yellow for this particular command unit is a lowest TMM, which fortunately for me is he doesn't like Kratzen and is gonna activate and move towards Kratzen. I approve. Thank you, word of Blake. Praise be Blake.
Poor Kratzen.
Okay, so aggressive, and he's a sniper. So within 24, obviously that's the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
He can go ground movement or jump. Does this Sagittaire jump? Yes, it does. Jump 6. Okay. Would like to occupy woods at medium range from the target, cover from as many enemies as possible, and wants to try and stay out of complete line of sight as from many people as possible.
Interesting. That feels like he's giving up his height advantage. So to get cover, it's going to have to come down here.
Yes.
Now, can he do that in a way that would give him cover from your Spectre? I think so.
He wants cover. No, he wants cover from Kratzen. He's targeting Kratzen.
Well, sure, but he also has to shoot her.
But no, he wants cover. He wants specifically card states wants cover from the target.
Yeah. Okay, well then it's going to be back here, using this taller yellow.
I'll bring that down there so you guys can see.
Yep, we're making note. We're going to need a jump jet special effect on that thing at some point.
And that is a 1, so 1 plus a red for 2.
Yeah. Well, okay, I got a 2. I don't have another red, but we'll go digging for that in a moment.
Okay.
Okay, Mech 7 is up. I think that's going to be Red's Wolverine. I want you to take a look at that while I go fishing for tokens.
Okay, so Red's Wolverine. What's left to move over here? The Night Sky and the Fenris are the last 2 to move. The Mech 7 have Tommy's Highlander, correct? Or
Tommy's
he declared
Highlander's
move. Declared
moved.
no move.
Banshee's
We
moved.
have the Ostrak
And Banquo.
and Bank. We got 3 to move, right?
Yeah.
Kratzen's going to take a whole heap of gunfire here.
Yeah. If nothing else, you may want to move someone up just to divide those firing lanes.
What's Red's movement? He's got a quick Wolverine.
Yeah, he's got the fancy one. The Wolverine 6R moves 10 and can also jump.
10, right?
It doesn't hit very hard, but it moves.
It jumps 10, right?
Yeah.
From this angle here, is this a good spot? Him getting here, you'll get partial cover. Yeah, he gets partial cover from that lip, right? So we bring Red like so. Or Nero Drago is the individual that is actually piloting the mech that Red portrays. And I think that's a good move. He's got partial cover there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So next up for the Word of Blake will be the other LRM carrier. So that LRM carrier would like to, on aggressive, interesting, missile boat. If there are any activated enemies within 42, no enemies within 16, and this unit has no line of sight to any enemy, stand still.
That is all true.
Stand still.
Yep.
The missile boat is going to behave like a missile boat and start indirect firing at people. This is beautiful. I love this. And that would bring us up again.
Yep.
And that's a no move. You got a no move token there for him. Okay, so he just sits right behind the wall. Doesn't need to position himself because his front forward, everything's in his forward arc. So targets of opportunity. Banquo should probably move last. So we should move Vera Langston here in the Ostrock. Vera jumps, right?
Vera's Ostrock. I need to put this list to better use. It does not jump. It moves 10 for a TMM of 2.
Can she get up near red, get partial cover there?
With 10 move, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, she totally can.
Yep. So let's put her behind red. And she's a TMM of 2, I believe, right?
You got it. There you go.
That's good. Put that up there. All right. Word of Bleak. Night Sky is next on the list. The Night Sky. If the unit can move behind the nearest activated enemy.
No.
Close, but no. Probably off by about 5 or 6 inches. Balanced. If there are any activated enemies within 24. I believe that is true.
Yeah, it's going to be less than 24 to our mediums up
here.
here.
Yeah, you're good there. So he's going to stay unbalanced. Zone any. Line of sight to the nearest activated. So that's going to be red. Okay. We'll use ground or jump if necessary. It wants to target the lowest of the closest enemies, so it's going to be targeting red. It wants no unactivated units within 16 of them. Occupy woods while moving closer to the target.
So is he going to consider the spars of this bridge to be the cover for our
cover, as long as cover is cover, right?
Yeah. All right, what's it moving?
The Night Sky moves 12J. It can go ground or jump. Whatever is better.
Well, that can get it not... Well, yeah, if it's down here, then that's going to be adding some cover to red for sure. And it's still cover from Krateson. And it's in cover from the Highlander and the Banshee. Yeah, no, that's a good spot. And I don't think it even has to jump.
So, Vectra, Cassier, to answer your question, no, this is not the terrain from the Aces set. The miniatures that we're using on the table right now are all Catalyst Game Lab original plastic miniatures. They are not units from the game. If you have not seen anything from the game, what we'll do is I will show you. I got the minis here. We'll show you some of them when we get closer to the end of the scenario today, and so you can get a quick take at them if you haven't seen any pictures of them before. But they have been announced and released. What's coming in the first box set, at least. Okay, so we will show you some later on in the next couple of weeks. When I have, well, hold on, I will do a quick pause. Okay, so I'll bring it up to closer here. The reason we're not using Lancevander right now is because I have not finished painting all of the new miniatures. But I did paint a couple of them. I painted the pair of fulcrums because those are what Tommy's going to be piloting with his new characters in the Old Clan era. So I've got a Lancevander fulcrum there.
You want me to see if I can get that closer to the camera?
Yeah, you can get it closer to the camera if you want.
Not sure how the focus is going to work here, folks, so bear with us.
Going to back it up a little bit. There you go.
Tough call, because it still wants to focus on Paul's horrible, horrible face.
I'm going to give you a quick shot there of it.
Still pretty
the fulcrum.
fuzzy. But we'll get more of him on camera and more of a better way to show him off for you shortly.
Let me see if it you can get it a little. Well, you can see it in the topographic, right, too, right? If I
Yeah, actually, it looks pretty good on the overhead.
You can see it there. Okay. And it's, of course, in the Landsander colors, yellow and blue for Lindvander. Okay, so...
Night Sky's TMM is 3?
Is a 2.
Is it 2?
Yeah, unless he jumped.
He did not.
He did not?
Now, Word of Blake lost initiative. I think the last unit they have
Space
to...
Fork, Tex has always piloted a awesome 9Q. That's that's Randolph P. Checker's mech of choice.
Mm-hmm. Standard Awesome comes with 3 PPCs. That's not enough for people like Randolph P. Checkers.
No, it is not.
No, it's not.
All right, so Mech 7.
Well, hang on, because Mech 7, I think the only unit left is Banquo, right? We haven't missed anybody?
Oh, wait a second. No, I still have one more to move. We lost initiative, so we have to move 2 here.
Yeah, so you gotta
so
move
the Fenris... excuse me, guys. If unit can move behind the nearest activated enemy.
Fenris might. What's its run?
It's 16. Maybe. Now, for those wondering, if you read that on a card, that does not mean it has to get into its rear arc. It just means the unit has to be able to move out of the target's front arc. Okay? If it meets that condition, you stay on the column. Okay.
As the Shalone flies, 16 works, but it's with the extra terrain in the way, it can't quite do it.
Can't quite do it. Okay, so now we are going to go to balanced. Balanced would be if there are any activated enemies within 24. This card is behaving like a striker. This is a striker profile Aces deck.
Yeah, 24. He still wants to try to get behind, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, look, he can dash through this terrain.
Okay, so as long that's his requirement to stay on balance. So now he wants to line of sight to the nearest activated unit. He will use ground or jump movement if possible. It wants to stay out of line of sight from weaker enemies. It wants no unactivated units within 16, so it's going to be making sure Banquo does not do anything about them. Occupy woods while moving closer to that target.
Yeah. So this is interesting because this is something that can trip you up if you're not used to the Aces decks. When it set that condition for balanced, the successful mech to target to set that condition was the Scorpion, was Kratos' mech. But the nearest target is the Wolverine, is Red's Wolverine. So it's going to be moving in that direction instead.
Which especially makes Banquo come into play now because he does not want an unactivated unit within 16.
Yeah.
And ironically, what does Banquo move? 16?
Banquo moves 18.
18, yeah. So.
He's got the fancier one. So I'm not sure what he's going to want to do. I think he's heading in between these bridge struts and ending up here. But
that's too close to Banquo.
Is that too close to Banquo?
Yeah, because Banquo is, he's not going to want to come anything closer than he's going to come
16
here.
There.
Here.
Yes, that's a good call.
Or actually, that won't give him line of sight. He moves what, 16?
You've got the Fenris.
Okay, so Fenris is there. He moves 16, so he can get all the way to here. That won't give him line of sight to Red, unfortunately, right? But it meets the Banquo condition. So if he moves back here, he will.
Okay.
So he can run under there, no problem. Take partial cover, like so. And still have a cheap shot partial cover at Red. And he is a plus. Sorry, got to move my card out of the way. +3.
+3. There you go.
Cards flipped, and we are good. And Andrew, good to see you, buddy. Glad to have you back in the chat. That's Andrew Willick. He's one of our volunteers with Fox Network. We're looking forward to seeing him out at the next conventions. While you're moving Banquo, I'll talk actually about that. So we did briefly touch on that. We're going to be at BreakoutCon and Adepticon. Also, the same weekend of BreakoutCon, we are going to be at Toronto Comic Con, which is quite large, usually about 30 to 40,000 attendees there. Fox Network and Six Sides of Gaming will be running the gaming area at Toronto Comic Con this year. Not only running Battletech, but we'll be doing other games like Dungeons & Dragons, X-Wing, and numerous Lindvander Studios board games. So anybody in the Greater Toronto area, the weekend of March 14th, 15th, and 16th, I believe it is, come up to Toronto Comic Con, have a good time, meet some celebrities, and, of course, hang out with the Fox guys and Six Sides guys.
Yeah, you can meet some celebrities like us, and then also, I guess, people like the stars of Mandalorian or whatever
Things
will
like
be
that.
there, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah, yeah.
if you're interested in that sort of thing.
Hey, if you like Hollywood people, yeah, you can come too.
Yeah, I guess. All right, I think Banquo's heading that way and
Yep.
using this for cover against most of those Blakists. Could you do me a favor and just move 18 towards, I think, the base of that building
This
that
one
Wiley's
or this
standing
one?
on? And then
Okay,
using
yeah.
the struts of this as cover, because Banquo, I think, would prefer not to get shot at all over getting his own shots in
I know
this turn.
I know exactly where he's going. He's going right here.
Yeah.
He's coming around, and I'm going to face him forward just in case.
And he'll be cowboying once some of those evacuation vehicles spin up.
Okay, I'm taking out the terrain here.
All right, that is all the moves.
All the moves. So AI lost initiative. I'm just going to go quickly to the chat here. Yes, we're playing Blakist era tonight. Next week we will be doing the Oak Clan era. So first and foremost, we are going to go to the lowest on the totem pole here for the World of Blake, which would be in the firing phase. I'm going to bring that card back up for you guys to see. We are on the second, so I'm going to go here. We're going to go there. Okay, so the firing phase. Jesse can talk about the firing phase while I bring up this card here and how we would read this.
Sure. So if you're looking at the Aces card anatomy we have up on the screen, the cards are two-sided. You see it says card back combat side. So Paul's flipped over all his movement sides, and we have the new instructions on the back there. It reads the same way as the categories on the movement. There aren't any aggressive, balanced, cautious. It's shooting a target. So in this case, you've got the name up at 1, the number in the top right telling you what order that it shoots in. For like 0 shoots first, 1,000 shoots last, and then literally the similar instructions to figure out what zone you're in, how far away, what is the unit to shoot at. In this case, in this example, it's looking at the red command list from the command card that you saw Paul discussing earlier. However, you also have the overheat instructions on the bottom. These are almost always based on the target number. If you have a really good chance to hit the target and you aren't already overheating, Ace's deck recommends using the OV value to add in that extra damage. Obviously, you don't want to overheat if you're not really going to land the shot, so that makes a lot of reasonable sense. Also, a really good gameplay tip for those of you learning to play Alpha Strike.
Yes, it is. So, ironically, the commander that we are using tonight, in this instance, on this card, okay, it wants to prioritize first anything it has a shot in the back on. So this is the Black Knight. Can the Black Knight shoot anything in the back?
Nothing.
That is no. So now it wants to go after red, okay? So not literally red.
Yeah, red command list, not red the person.
the red priority mech.
Which might be red.
Which could be. We'll get to that in a minute. That's just messing with everybody's brains. So in this instance, the first priority in the sequence is objective. We don't have an objective on the board yet. So we're going to go to the lowest TMM. And unfortunately, I think that's going to be Bad Apple.
The TMM on the Scorpion is 2. Red's Wolverine is also 2.
Oh, 2. Okay, so that's fine.
But those are the nearest targets.
Highest medium damage.
Highest medium damage is also a tie between the two.
And then final tiebreaker is lowest armor.
Lowest armor. We've got 4 armor on the Scorpion and 5 on the Wolverine, so Scorpion is the target.
There we go. And if that had been tied again, it would go to the closest unit. Okay? So, in this instance, if the target number is 5 or less, or this unit is destroyed, it can use its maximum OV. So, to touch on what Jesse had said, this guy...
Whoever this is, I don't know.
Oh, hold on. This guy.
Yeah.
This guy right here. Whatever this guy just said, one of the things the AI does take into consideration is whether or not it's been destroyed. So it's going to play like a tournament player in that aspect. It's going to be like, yeah, you killed me. I'm going to go Alpha Strike here and try and blow you up, which is kind of cool because it behaves like an opponent where you can actually use the Aces deck to prepare for tournaments or to prepare for gameplay against your competitive friends, right? You want to get meta. You want to start doing things that's going to help you get there, right? So we'll thank Jesse again there. He's smiling on the screen. It's fantastic to see him, and we'll get back to the shots.
So he just wants to rub in that he does remember my name.
This, I gotta see him in order to remember him. I'm not always looking at the screen. I can't see him, right?
Yeah,
So
I appreciate that, Leonard.
You do. So the Black Knight at medium range is 4. He's a base 3, so he's going to be at 3, 5 for range. Creighton went for a 2, is 7. 1 for partial cover is 8. TN and the target number 5 or less for the overheat does not allow for that. So going to go to regular shots. I'll put that in the back of the card. So he's going to be on 8, and he's on 4 sets of dice. So I will use the Lindvander dice here to shoot Creighton on 8s. So I'm going to straighten out that pile, and dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun.
We got to get some fun buzzers.
The yellow dice are up. So that's a hit with Bach. I see dun 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 dun. So that's a miss. All right, the other 2 missed with a 7 and a 6. So just a critical. Let's roll the hit, and we will have a thumbs up from Tuck. And the dice roll is 5. That's no crit.
Okay.
So that'd be 1 point of damage
1 point
to Creighton.
damage to Creighton.
Okay.
As every Mech 7 battle begins.
I'll let you handle the chat while I start firing off all these guys if people have questions there, okay?
Sure thing.
So next is going to be the Penetrator.
What do we got? Beskar thinks that a cool game would be a horror. Beskar is supposed to be horror-esque match where the players fighting some of the deadly stealth mechs like the Raptor 2 and Gestalt to jump in and out of sight. Beskar, I've actually had some stealth armor deployed at our Wednesday games that we run every Wednesday at Harry Tarantula in downtown Toronto. I ran the Stealth Atlas, which is because that's the most Lyran thing in the world, right? It's you cannot see it. It is hidden. It is which was great. But I know that one of our players really loves the new Capellan Tianzhong, which is stealth and Gauss rifles, and that thing did real well when he brought it out.
So the Penetrator, did it jump on this turn?
The Penetrator did not jump.
Did not jump. So the Penetrator's default was any attack in the back, and then, which obviously it can't. And the second condition was attacked by an ally this turn. So poor Creighton's going to get a second shot. It's only 3 dice, though, for this Penetrator at medium range. So it's going to be base 3, range 5. She went for 2 is 7. Partial cover is 8 again. And we've got miss, miss, and miss. 7, 7, and a 5. So that's it for the Penetrator.
Shipping containers doing their job.
They are.
Andrew Willick wants to know how Paul is enjoying the Ilklan era. He's busy doing math.
Yes. I can say this. I've been writing scenarios with Henny and Jesse for the Ilklan era. And as you guys know, I am a Prague nard. I want to mostly try to, stick to the older eras. But, hey, old dogs, new tricks. The fantastic last couple of releases by Catalyst, the Hinterlands book and Ilkhan's Eyes Only. I'm really enjoying the format. I'm really enjoying the Chaos campaign system. I'm enjoying the way it's teaching and able to teach new players how to get into the game, how to build forces. I love the force manuals, which are behind me. I like how all the stuff is wrapped together, so it is starting to get me more and more initiated into the newer era and getting me more positive thinking about the new era. So I'm starting to enjoy it. It also helped, staring at photos and reading over the course of like 72 hours, making scenarios.
That helps.
Okay, so this is next up is the Thug. The Thug, under the Brawler condition, first thing, attacked by an ally this turn. Poor Creighton. TNN, the target number for overheat is 7, so it's not going to be the same. She's going to be on 8s as well. Oof. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same target number, and that's going to be 4 sets of dice. If you want to roll those, Jess, go for it.
Yeah,
you have a dice.
Sure.
Roll against
4 sets of dice, looking for 8s, rolling against Creighton. My goodness. We may have to vary up the mech she's riding in because her combat style just does not support something this fragile. Okay, 1 hit, 2 hits, 2 more hits.
2 more hits, and this was the the shots there from the Thug, and the PPC fire goes off in the background. Maybe I'll as well. And we will get back here to the main screen, and I'm going to go actually back to the double screen here so you guys can see both sides of the board. And there we go. All right, so next up is going to be the Exterminator at 104. So the Exterminator wants whatever it can shoot in the back, which is nothing. Attacked by an ally this turn. No line of sight to Kratzen from there. So red on the command list will be the next priority for the Night Sky. And I'm just going to put this card away now because we know what it's going to do. It's going to go after the priority red. Red in this case would have been an objective, and then lowest TMM it can see. So it only has line of sight really to, actually it has line of sight to both of these. So lowest TMM over there would be Vera.
Yeah.
At +2. So the Exterminator at 2 dice at medium range. I'll get rid of the baby blue dice they missed last time. Actually, I'm going to go with Linvander. I'm going with the Linvander colors here. They rolled nicely last time. It's going to be at base of 3, range 5, partial cover 6, 2 for Vera's movement is 8. Hit and miss. So the yellow dice have struck twice. It's 1 point of damage to the Ostrak.
1 point of damage to Vera Langston's Ostrak.
And we will now bring up, I'm in the 300s here, so 325 is the Sagittaire. Sagittaire wants attacked by an ally this turn. They're just ganging up over there on poor Kratzen.
It might not have line of sight.
Doesn't have line of sight? Then it wants yellow if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't think it has line of sight.
No line of sight?
This high box here and this high one, I don't think it can do it.
Saved by the crates. So yellow would be normally objective first.
Yeah.
No, lowest TMM that it can see. Lowest TMM that it can see.
Well, I thought it was funny.
I believe it's going to be Vera.
Lowest TMM.
Oh, no.
See, like it might
be Banshee. Or Tex, actually.
I don't think it has a shot on Tex.
No
We've got
shot on
this up here.
Okay.
Is blocking it, but yeah, I think it's
Fire the Banshee.
The Banshee, piloted by Jabal Arizad, played by Randall Bills.
So this is going to be at medium range, so 4 sets of dice. Because it's firing at Randall, I like picking on Randall because Randall picks on me. You guys will learn about that at a later date. I use his favorite colors, red, white, and black.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be at Sagittaire's at a 2. So it's going to be at base 2, range 4. The Sagittaire did jump, though.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another +2 is 6. Partial cover is 7. He didn't move 6.
Okay.
Right? He gets -1 for not moving?
I don't know if that's the
No,
strike
no,
roll.
no, that's right. So, no, it's 7s. So 7s. And I have a cocked die there. So I'll re-roll those 2. Right now, we've got 2 hits. We've got 2 hits.
2 hits
Yep.
on Jabal's Banshee.
And that's done. We are going to go to 382, which is the Gunslinger. The Gunslinger is a missile boat archetype. Interesting. So, like we were talking about earlier about firing phase. So missile boats like to fire indirectly. Okay, so as Jesse explained earlier, you know how the card works. My priorities in this instance, the very first one is if there are no enemies in line of sight, use indirect fire. So the card specifically tells you to do that. So in this case, there is people within line of sight, so it's not going to do that. So it wants to fire at the highest amount, the unit with the highest amount of armor lost. Does it have line of sight to Kratzen? That's the only unit that's lost armor so far.
I don't think so.
So no, attacked by an ally this turn, the Banshee.
Yeah.
So he can see the Banshee and will fire at the Banshee. And this was the Gunslinger, right?
For those of you Battletech lore hounds who are scratching your head right now, this is the special hero Gunslinger. It's got more LRNs than
That's correct.
Than you.
So this is a base 3. Looks like it's going to be medium range to me from there. I'm going to take that card down.
Let's be sure.
Yep.
24 from there. Yeah, medium range.
It's just ugly anyways because it's firing 6 sets of dice. So I fired 4 at Randall, so I had 2 more greens in there. That'll give us 6. We're going to go base 3, range 5, cover 6. Is that right? Base 3, range 5.
Yeah.
Partial cover 6.
It depends if you count this cover and this
No,
cover
you only
as
count
separate.
partial cover once. Yeah.
Yep.
So 6s.
And 6s.
That's ugly. Ooh, dun 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 dun. Boxcars on the black dice. Sorry, Randall. I think it's the only thing I'd hit, though. That's a miss. That's a miss. That was a 4. That's a miss. That's a hit. So 3 hits with a critical. 4 hits with a critical, sorry.
I mean, I didn't hear you declare critical dice, but I'll trust you.
Yeah, you didn't hear me. It's just up on the screen. 3, 4. Okay, see? Ding.
Right, okay.
This guy has been overridden by this guy. The critical is no critical. It's a 5 again.
Okay. Banshee's hurt, though.
The Banshee's hurt. And, of course, Tuck on the Boxcars is on the screen for everybody. Okay. That's the 300s. We earned the 500s here. So the Night Sky is next. Night Sky wants anything to shoot in the back. No. Unit with the lowest armor that it can see.
I don't think it can see the Banshee. It's got too much in
Oh, it can see. It can see the Night Sky. Oh, that's the Fenris.
Yeah.
You got the Night Sky there.
Yeah, Night Sky's here. I don't think you can see up to the Banshee. So the lowest armor can't see the Scorpion. Phew! Thank goodness. So then Vera's Ostrak is down to 4. Can't see Banquos. Looks like it's the Ostrak.
Ostrak. So he's going to be at medium range. So he's going to be at, and he ran over there, right? So he's going to be at base 3, range 5, and the Ostrak one for 2 is 7, and partial cover is 1 for 8. And that's 3 sets of dice. So I'll go yellow, blue, and black. On 8s, the blue dice hit for 1 point of damage.
1 more point of damage to Vera's Ostrak.
Okay, now we go to...
Hey there, Jolly Joe.
LRM carrier on the far side. If there are no enemies in line of sight, use indirect fire. So, using indirect fire here would sacrifice one of the guys that has not shot yet. So, either the Fenris or the other LRM carrier can spot here.
Well, the other LRM carrier can't spot. So it's a question of whether the Fenris... What can the Fenris...
What's the LRM carrier's IF rating? He's IF 4, and the Fenris is a 3 at medium range. So, yeah, he is going to spot.
Fenris wants to
He
spot.
will spot. Just so you guys know, too, how indirect fire works. Indirect fire, if the IF rating is higher than the spotter's firing rating, the spotter will not shoot. Okay, so in this instance, the Fenris only has a 3 at medium range. That's the closest thing he could have. He won it long. He's going to definitely not fire and just spot for the both LRM carriers, it looks like, at this point.
Now, the important question, can the Fenris see anybody?
The Fenris can see Creighton.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, almost clearly, but she still gets partial cover by rule. Can also see here and here.
Okay. So how does it decide who
So we are going to red. Red being lowest TMM.
Okay.
Tie and tie.
Yeah.
And then most medium damage, I believe, is the Ostrak.
Ostrak is 4, Scorpion's only 2.
That's right. So get a target on the Ostrak, which you can see. It's going to be base 4, medium. Oh, better measure that. It's going to be right on the cusp of long range, I think.
Here is a good 2 feet from the further LRM carrier.
4, 8,
it's long range.
10, 11s it's hitting on. So 4 dice on 11s.
Maybe hit that LRM button.
Oh, yeah, of course. And we will go to the LRM. And I hit once with the blue dice. Almost hit twice.
All right, 1 here hit on the
Almost
Ostrak.
hit twice.
The rain of indirect LRM fire.
Next one is the second LRM carrier. Again, using indirect fire.
It's the only unit that can spot, has already spotted the Ostrox, so that's quick.
Yep.
You know, that's
So,
what it's going to be hitting.
and
James, Aces, the first Aces box is expected to release in 2025, and you'll find out more when you find out more.
yeah, we don't have an official date. Randall did speculate roughly, but he said he didn't want anybody to take it ad verbatim when he was here doing the tutorial show just before Christmas. So stay tuned. Tune in every Sunday night. Give us a watch. Also, stay tuned to anything that Catalyst is going to say on the Tuesday news days. You'll also may or may not see articles popping up with different interviews over the course of the next few months. And of course, Tommy Gofton here at Six Sides of Gaming, Lynn Vander, the developer. He does a show called True Talk on a regular basis. He does like to talk about different things, so he might give updates there too when he's able to do so. So. Stay tuned with what we're doing. We'll be the first, or Tommy, or Catalyst, whatever. Like when they're going to announce something, we will definitely tell you. Okay. That said, 4 sets of dice. Still, it's going to be the same thing as be on 11s here, and that's a set of misses. And the last unit to fire for the Word of Blake is the Fenris, which cannot because he's spotted, and that is the end of firing for the Wobbies.
All right, we'll move on to the Mech 7 for shooting. Coric 1, we got you. It sounds like the sound effects are still coming in a little hot.
I put them down to 30%. I will drop them down again a little bit. I won't put them up too much.
So for those of you paying attention, here is what they're upside down. Here is what the Mech 7 look like right now. This is kind of what we were describing in the description for this scenario. The good guys are outgunned, and they're feeling it, but that is going to lead perfectly into what's going to happen in our next turn. For now, though, they're going to return fire. Creighton taking it from all sides, so who do we think she can hit the cleanest?
She got hit, what, twice?
She got hit she lost 3 points of armor, but lots of people closing in on her. I think she's got easily the cleanest shot is to this thug. That is almost, but not quite short range. But with its +1 modifier, I think that's her best chance of doing any damage. So she's got a skill of 4, 5, 6 for medium, 7 with the thug's TMM. She's going to roll 2 sets of dice, looking for 7 straight up and down the middle on 2d6. Let's see how that goes. 1 hit. One hit to the thug. A little autocannon on that thing gives it a little thud.
I didn't want to blast her ears off because it is probably still a little bit loud, and I don't want to mess around with it while we're midstream. So.
Yep. So we'll come back to those sound effects later.
Yep.
We have got, let's see, Tommy's Highlander is going to be doing some fun long-range action here. He can see the thug if he wants to pile onto it. I don't think he has any better targets because of these tall skyscrapers here. So yeah, the thug's already been hit. Let's keep rolling in with that. Is that still within medium?
Be close.
Could be. It is.
Yep.
Wonderful. That's a lot of dice from that Highlander. So, skill of 3, 4, 5 for medium range, 6 for the thug's TMM. So, throwing 5 sets of dice, looking for 6s, 4, and 5. Let's see how Captain Harlan Storm supports his people. I'm going to throw some dice on the floor because of how excited I am.
Just decay, everybody.
Yeah.
Just decay.
That red is out. Re-roll the blues and re-roll the blacks to make up for the one I lost. We're looking for 6s. That's a no. That's a yes. That's a yes. There's a snake eyes in there.
There's a snake eyes in there?
Yep. And there. So we got 3 more hits on that thug.
Thumbs up on the snake eyes from Thomas.
Yep.
So 4 more?
4 more? Oh, sorry, 3 more.
3 more?
4
So
total.
4 total. 2, 3. He's got 4 armor left. Stripped half of it off.
Now, I don't think Tex can see the thug, unfortunately.
No, I
Even
don't
with his
believe so.
elevation. That's too bad. So the closest unit to Tex that Tex can see is probably can you see the night sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that is good news. How far apart are they? Thank you. Is that still within medium? Yeah, that's still within
Right
medium.
there.
That's where we want it. Skill of 3, 4, 5 for medium, 6, 7 for the TMM, 8 for partial cover. Throwing 4, 1 for each PPC. That's cool. Looking for 8s. I hurt my leg today, and it's making my dice rolling clumsy. Explain that one to me, medical science.
Yeah.
That is a no. That is a yes. That is a yes. 2 hits to the night sky.
He's got 3 armor left.
Cool beans. Banshee. Can the Banshee see the thug? No. Can you see the night sky? I think also no. Banshee doesn't have great... Well, can you see the night sky? These are the downsides of these crowded boards. Maybe.
Maybe?
You got a laser? I don't think we have a laser here handy at the moment.
I think in the tray there, somewhere.
No, doesn't look
No?
like it. All right, I'm going to try to measure it out with measuring tape, folks.
I will dig one out for you, though, while you're doing that.
Yep. If we can go from Randall's head...
Go for Randall's head.
this way... Nope, I don't think we can do it. I think this tall building here is blocking the shot. Now, Randall took damage this turn. Who did he get shot by? One of these guys. I think we're going to make it the Penetrator is going to be his target.
I think you're denied the laser pointer for now.
That's no problem. So let's hit that Penetrator. It is. Is it medium range? It is. Delightful. So, skill of 3, medium 4, 5, plus 1 is 6. I think his elevation is going to counter out any cover. So he's throwing 4 dice, looking for 6s. No, yes, yes, yes. 3 hits on the Penetrator.
Penetrator is 1, 2, 3. He's got 4 left.
Cool. Ostrock is probably going to want to pile onto that Penetrator. She's got a pretty good shot.
Yep.
It's medium range. So skill of 4, medium makes it 6, plus 1 is 7. So throwing 4, looking for 7s. Basically the same.
Straighten yourself out there so guys can see it there. There we go.
Looking for 7s. Oh, cocked. Let me get that again. 1 hit. 3 hits.
On the Penetrator again?
Yep.
1 armor left.
Cool.
Penetrator just took a beating.
All right. We've got Red and Banquo left. Let's have Red see if he can get into that Penetrator. It is essentially the same shot. He has a higher skill, but he jumped. So once again, 4 looking for 7s.
His tiny hands can't handle all these dice.
1, 2 hits.
On the Penetrator again?
Yep.
Roll critical, 1 and 2 internal.
All right, let's see how you do, Red. Nero Drago. 7. What is that, movement?
MP hit.
Movement point hit. Thanks for that training. Goes out as a shout out to Austin Ramsey, our local Alpha Strike champion and memorizer of tables. Hanging out with her often enough has helped me learn some of this on my own. All right, all that's left is Banquo. I don't think Banquo has a shot on anything, so that is the end of that turn.
What about me?
Oh, did the Spectre not shoot?
Yeah, you're going to forget the most important dude?
Yeah, there we go.
That's unbelievable.
No, I've been keeping track of it with marks, and you've already got a mark because you demanded to be an elite pilot.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
That's because I pilot the shittiest mech.
You really do. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not great.
I am in the lightest mech, and it's not bad. It's not easy to.
I mean, you got to get behind.
In Alpha Strike, it's not easy to survive very well.
Yeah. So do you got a shot on anything you can put the laser at? Like if you can hit the Penetrator, that'd be great. But
no, there's like a lot blocking there.
Yeah, which is fun.
I could see Crateson.
Don't do
That would be a cleanup and go to initiative, I think.
Yeah,
Here.
I think so too. All right, let's gather the TMM.
All right, things will go a bit quicker now that we got all the. I've got half the pieces over here as well, so it's not all going to be on Jesse too.
Yeah, here's a bunch of Blake TMM pieces.
Yep, that's gonna help out.
And we've done enough alpha cards, aces cards.
Yes, explanations.
For the
If we get any more unique stuff, I'll bring them up on the screen so you guys can jump in. Or if we get more people jumping in that want to ask questions, that's fine too.
Nope, Andrew Willick, that is, yeah, that's the same. When you're at my age and you go down on the ice once, it lasts for a while.
Yes.
It's the same wound.
And the no move token beside the Banshee there is going to come off.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
cool. So we're going to go to initiative.
Well, before we roll initiative, this is where the scenario kicks in.
Hold on. And I also, before that, I got to go to the command card. So, speaking of that, we're going to have to bring up the command card again. So, command card has a series of conditions, as you can see on the reverse side of the card. Okay? So I flip the card over, and these are called strategy decisions. This is going to allow the commander to adjust to the state of the board or the state of the game. Okay, so as you can see on the example card, it's got 1, 2, 3, E, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D, depending on whatever order it is. It will tell you to change the card in the deck to that card, which will make it behave in a different fashion. Okay, so on my card, if your objective is complete, not correct, that would have been card E. If you lost more PV worth of units this turn, switch to card B. No. If you lost a higher amount of point value worth of units this turn, switch to card C. Or D, if there are any enemies within 12 of any of your units that have a greater size.
I mean, Blake's definitely have the advantage in terms of size.
Yeah, so we're going to stay on A, and that's where we'll remain. Okay, now we can go to the scenario where the objectives are going to start to
So,
place.
for those of you who missed the beginning of the show, we are covering the evacuation of civilians from this area as the Blakeists advance. So some evacuation vehicles are going to spawn. They are selected at random. While Paul was talking, I reached over, I chose 2 Maxim hover tanks and a Savannah Master. Make sure those are on the screen there, the Maxims and the Savannah Master. Players get to choose which is where. Because one of the spawn points is near Paul, I'm going to say let's make that the Savannah Master because it has the furthest to go. So put that by the...
In the front or the back?
Scenario doesn't specify.
Let's put them on the back and make it tough.
Yeah, sure thing. Then put one of the Maxims by the Leopard and the other one... And then
down he goes.
Took a dive over red. He must know something we don't.
Yep.
And the other one is going to appear up here on this elevated bridgeway.
Nice.
So, just a reminder from the top of the game, these are going to add to our firepower. And as you saw in the damage that the Mech 7 took in that first turn, we're going to need it. But those are also victory points. We want to get these vehicles over to the Aurora dropship to score points. But if we do that too soon, we lose a chance to use that firepower. On the other hand, the Blakes are looking to blow these guys up. If they do, they're going to score. So something to keep in mind. Okay, so now
so that hovercraft, just so anybody knows, has to traverse, come down this way. Here and here. It can't just jump over, right? It's got to come down and around. So it's starting close to objective, but it's got to go a long way around, okay? So we're going to go to initiative here. I'm going to roll the lucky red dice.
Yeah, let me get
That's a 7, and I'll take that card down.
Light mixer, come on. Oof. Nope, that,
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Wobbies. The wobbies.
So, we got to react first. Now, moving the evacuation vehicles first would be silly. We don't want the Blakes to be able to respond to that as best we can. So, I think we're going to be moving some of our mechs. We're going to move some of our heavy mechs. I think Tommy's going to keep shuffling around so we can keep his TMM up, but he wants to keep elevation so we can see. He probably also wants to draw some fire away from his buddy Jabal down there. So he's going to stick his nose out a bit, I think. Does that give him...
Put him, no, you can't, he's going to fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, move him back a little farther. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Does that give him sight? And there it does. If these guys keep going this way, he's going to lose some, but that's still pretty commanding set over the field. So we'll do that. Give him his +1 TMM there. Up to you.
All right, what do I got here? Lowest number is...
And yes, Sky, Paul picked the art for me off of exactly what I'm wearing now, and it is super spooky to see my duplicate out there.
He just doesn't do enough laundry. He has the same outfit. He's like Mr. Bean.
I mean, you see how many of these swords and sunbursts. I just have a lot of them, that's all. I'm wearing 3 at the moment.
So the closer of the two to me, LRM carriers is first up. If the ideal red is activated, no, because it... oh, wait a second. Red might possibly. And within 42. Oh,
I mean, everything's within 42.
Yep, because it's 48 across. Tommy's more than 6 inches inside, so yeah, he'll be good. You're going to mean aggressive. No line of sight, activated red. Wants to stay out of line of sight to all enemies. Doesn't matter. Wants to can maintain medium or long range and wants cover from everybody. So it's going to stand still.
Okay.
Yep.
You got a no move over there?
I do. Boom. And I have to move one more at the start of the turn here.
You got it.
412, 152. 152 is the next. That's going to be the Gunslinger. Oof. That's unfortunate for the Wobbies. If there is an ideal red within 42, again, another missile boat's going to do the same thing, except now this one's going to move because he wants to get out of line of sight from everybody and maintain either medium or long with cover from... So if he can get it completely out of line of sight, he wants to step back and in direct fire.
How much room does he got? Can he get through these gates?
He's got 6.
6 isn't going to get him through the gates.
So he then wants as much cover from as many units as possible. Wow.
Yeah, which would normally be back here, but it's already occupied by his buddies. So then does he just going to back up, I think?
Can he get behind?
Because if he's behind the Sagittaire...
Where the thug is?
Ooh.
That gives him cover. Gives him level 2 cover from Tommy. Gives him level 2 cover from the Scorpion, right? Because of that second shipping container.
You're right.
And maybe turn him a half twist towards me. There you go.
Yep.
Right?
All right. What's TMM on that?
TMM for the Gunslinger is a 1.
Okay,
and
that's your 2.
That is my 2.
Okay, I gotta get Kratzen out of there. She's not gonna last. It's too rough for her to get down from off the side here, I'm sure. But I bet you in a Scorpion she could navigate these boxes down. The terrain is gonna slow her down too. But she's got a move at 12, so if we call that, an inch each, give or take. Like, that's going to be 2, 4, 6. So 12, 11, 10. She's got 9 counting all those transitions. Yeah, she can get kind of down and in there. And I think that's that works doubly well for the quad, right? It helps with the low ceiling. Might as well take advantage of it. You can take the +2 TMM. And be there out of sight at a lot of those guys who were focusing on her from before.
All right, next up for the Word of Blake is the Black Knight, moving on Initiative 173. If the unit has armor greater than any enemy's medium damage rating.
I mean, Black Knight.
Within 10.
I mean, the medium damage rating, the most it's going to get is the 5 from Tommy's Highland.
So then that is correct. He's going to be aggressive here. He's a brawler. Within 10, line of sight and target yellow. Yellow being objective first. Is there an... Oh, yes. Oh, he sees the Maxim on the bridge. Turns and will deal with the Maxim. So AI is going after our units that we're trying to protect. Wants no unactivated units within 12. It wants to move closer to his target and cover from as many enemies as possible. So I think I can get around the backside of those shipping containers and get basically out of line of sight of everybody. Kind of where the gunslinger and them are. He moves a total of 8, right? He can kind of get over there.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah. Try if he can. Try to get him out of Tex's line of sight or Randall P. Checkers there, because he can be bombarding. If he can get a little farther, closer behind that level to cover the second level of cover from that other fallen shipping container.
That's about as far as he can get.
That's what he's got.
Yeah.
And
is he still happy?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay.
He wants cover from as many as possible, right?
Yeah. All right.
And that's a 1. So to us.
Out of curiosity, folks in the chat, just let me know, are you actually able to read the tokens on the overhead? I think they might be just a little too small. But I'm positioning them so they're all the right position anyway. Let me know, though. Okay, that was the Black Knight moving.
We got...
Boy, we want to get... Randall has to get out of
No. Let's move our Savannah Master here.
Okay. All right.
It moves 26, right?
All right.
And I got another hovercraft over here that can escort it. It's 4, 7. Tuck right in there. Yeah. Right? And he's a 4 TMM?
Savannah Master is a 4 TMM.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
So vehicles, the reason I did that move, people, is vehicles, if they can't get partial cover. If they have partial cover, no one has line of sight to them.
Yeah. So for a Savannah Master, I would prefer you have all the cover, but you do what you got to do. Yep. It's a dangerous situation.
Yep.
Okay, then that's one evacuation vehicle. Counting the evacuation vehicles changes our initiative a bit, but I think it's still one Blankist unit at this point. We just go back and forth.
Yes. Beskar says kinda.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is going to be 274.45, 264, 223. That is the Thug. The Thug took a bit of a beating there last turn. On aggressive, if there is an ally in 24 that has lost more armor than you. So, how close to Sagittarius is he? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the penetrator.
Or the penetrator. Sorry. The penetrator's the one. So yeah, he's going to be aggressive here. Yellow within 14. Yellow is objective.
Not within 14.
14 is the only zone in this card.
Sorry, what unit is this? This is
a brawler. This is the Thug.
Yeah. Okay. No. So yeah, it is within range.
Yep. Okay. So. Grounder jump if necessary, and this Thug does not jump. So, line of sight to at least the first one activated enemy while moving closer to the nearest ally. Cover from as many enemies as possible.
That's exactly where he is right now.
So he will not move and go back into his same spot, but he will move closer to...
You said closer to allies, right? That's these two. So that's an interesting...
And that's his objective.
Yeah.
So... and Creighton's down there too, right? Mm-hmm. That's a standstill, I guess, yeah. Not going to move.
Yeah, that seems like a strange one.
Well, he can move forward a little close. He can step up on the... Step up on the...
Yeah. I mean, he's moving further away from allies.
Yeah, but the ally portion of the card is not... that's the second last priority. It wants to move at least closer to the... Closest to the... First priority is move closer. Okay. So, yeah.
Next, we'll give him some partial cover.
That's cool, and he's a 1.
Yep.
And we go to us. Okay, so we got 2 heavies going after that Maxim. Yeah. Where Blake wants to kill these civilians. I'm going to wait for Banquo, because Banquo can go with these 2.
Right.
Right?
Is there anything we can do with them? I mean, maybe we want to sit on this Maxim because we want them to come this way, then this Maxim's going to come forward later.
I want to move after that Knight Sorry, the Fenris or the Exterminator.
So in the meantime,
Randolph P. Checkers
Oh,
declare no move. He's going to keep firing over it. He's got line of sight there, right?
yeah.
You're going to have to tell me. I can't tell from that angle.
Okay.
It's going to be. Oh no! Wait a second. He doesn't. He does not.
I think he could.
He can't see him at all. Cannot see him at all. He's going to have to move. Well,
does he move further
no,
back?
no. He doesn't need to move. He can stand still. Why? They can't see him. So people are only going to move into range. He's going to lay suppressing fire and covering fire for the two escaping.
Okay.
Right? And, of course, we got these guys dropping back, right? So, Tex, just sit still.
Easy.
Next, 264, the Exterminator. That's good. The Exterminator, if the ideal yellow objective is activated and can move within 20 inches of it. That is interesting.
Okay, so the Savannah Master is activated. I don't know if he can get 20 to it.
Well, Exterminator's pretty quick. He moves 16. Can he get... He doesn't have to. He just has to be able to. So 16 is there, and that's within 20. So, yes, he's going to be unaggressive.
Okay.
So, now we will look at what he's going to do. Ground or jump. First off, within 20, no. He wants yellow within 20. Yellow would be objective, no, and then lowest TMM. The lowest TMM within 20 is me. No. Am I a 3 or a 4?
Your Spectre, it's got to be a 3, right?
And what is Banquo? 3 as well?
Spectre is a 3, and Banquo is a 3.
So then we go to the next one because we're both within 20. Most medium damage. I think that's Banquo. Banquo's tougher than me.
Banquo does 2 at medium. You do 2 at medium.
Oh, we're going to go to the last. Who's got the lowest armor?
Lowest armor. That's Banquo, but only by 1.
By 1? Nice. Go after the red shirts. The NPCs. So he wants to, or they want to, or she wants to, whoever it is piloting this thing. Ground or jump. Move closer to the target. No enemies within 14. Cover from as many people as possible, and occupy woods if it can. So.
Hey, TikTok Battletech.
Justice, my friend, how are you doing? I haven't had a chance to look at the chat there. Give me a moment. I'll jump in.
That's just a smiley face.
Yeah, he wants to stay 14 away from everybody, yeah? So he only wants to move closer slightly towards Banquo. Gives him cover. Yeah. He's going to come around the outside and start sweeping. He's a 3.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Back to the Mech 7. I think we got to get Jabal out of the line of fire because that Banshee got rocked that turn. Now, what we described when we were setting up the board is that Banshee right now is an elevator. Do we want to talk about how long does it take the elevator to get down?
Two movement points to move down.
2 movement points will get him down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to leave him with 4 inches. Now, that can get him to cover easy over here, but is there a way to get him to cover where he can still sort of contribute to the fight?
Doesn't necessarily need to contribute this turn. Think about it, because you got 3 units over there that are basically on a line of sight from this side of board, and 2 of them are already primarily moving after that objective, which is the Maxim, right?
Okay, so the Banshee goes down the elevator.
We're hoping that we're going to move the Max. We're going to move the Maxim out of line of sight and screw them for a turn, right?
Door's finally open. He's got 4. He's just going to tuck himself in there. In case he's not going to be able to do anything here, but in case anyone zooms by, be pointed there to lend some art in that direction.
Art. All right. Next is the Penetrator on 274. Penetrator. If the ideal yellow is activated and the unit can move within 24 of it. Yes. The ideal yellow is the Maxim over there, and the penetrator's there. So he's going to be aggressive. Within 18, what's within 18? Anything?
Within 18, that gets him to Kratos and Scorpion. Yeah, and he can hit the Maxim.
Okay, so yellow being the objective. So yeah, he's going after. He's going after that. Move, ground or jump if necessary. Move closer to the target. No one activated within 12. Cover from as many people as possible. Occupy woods if it can.
Stay 12 away. What's it move?
It moves 4 because of its MP hits from the criticals.
Right. Okay. So with 4, it can't do much anything but come around here unless he wants to jump. The card said jump if needed, but not preferably. He can still fulfill the category just by coming over here like that.
Yeah, and gets himself cover. Yeah, jumps on the other side of the falling containers.
Okay, which is another 1, I believe.
Yeah, I don't have a 1.
Okay, I must have grabbed it at some point. I didn't. A 1 has disappeared. I will find another 1. There we go.
You got 2 over there too.
Yeah, those are for the LRM carriers. Shoot. 1. All right.
Okay. So, Mechificent Seven.
Okay.
Let's move the other Savannah Master. Or other Maxim. Yeah. They move what, 16?
The Maxims move 16 hover. So
He's got to come down, right? So
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 to get down, so you can move another 11 from the edge of this thing. He can get underneath the support and hide.
Perfect. To come under there, and it's a TMM of 3.
Boom. There he goes.
Civilians are on the move. Civilians are on the move.
658, 568, 412, 405. Sagittaire. Sagittaire. If there is any activated enemies within 24 and no unactivated is within 16, these guys might be within 16. I don't know.
16. Yeah,
Gonna go to balanced. If there are any activated enemies within 30, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, within 12 wants to target the nearest activated unit.
Within 12.
Is that anybody?
I don't think
Kratos, maybe?
Nope.
Okay, then within 30, the nearest activated enemy.
Yeah, Kratos.
Okay. So, ground or jump if needed. Wants no enemy units within 12. It wants Kratos at medium range. Occupy woods. And maintaining the lowest elevation it can.
Okay, it moves 6.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it's going to step out of cover to do it. But that's what the card said. And you know what? Yeah, the Sagittaire isn't terribly intimidated by the Scorpion.
Yeah.
Because it's a joik. And that's got to be a 1 as well. Are any of these? Nope, there are no moves and blanks. What happened to all our 1s? Strangest thing. Luther got them.
Luthor.
Were you folks watching on the overhead while Paul and I were talking? Did Luthor sneak up here and steal some of our 1s?
So, for those curious too, Luthor is my resident nemesis for those of you that might be new to watching. Luthor is a squirrel that has lived here at the studio for the last 2 years out in the yard. He proceeds and maintains a home here and likes to drop nuts on my head when I go outside, my bad habit. He also likes to, alpha flex at me. At some point, somebody along the line has hand-fed this squirrel. He's very, very, very familiar and comfortable around humans. We had a recent cold snap, and Luthor has made his way into the studio upstairs in the ductwork, and we're trying to get him out. So I'm trying to get him before the exterminator does, because even though he is my arch enemy, I do love animals, and I am not going to let this guy get him. I'm going to try and catch him, hopefully, in the next couple of days, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
One of my few regrets in life is that I didn't have a chance to follow Paul around with a camera as he scrambled to try and catch this squirrel. Because it's gone about as well as you think it has.
Okay, so am I moving here again now?
I think the Mech 7
has moved,
except for that one Maxim.
Okay, so we have. I still have a few. We have lots
and our
of
mediums.
Yeah, we still. We got 4, 5 units left to move still.
Okay.
So I just moved the
Sagittaire.
The Sagittaire. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to get our mediums, or do you want to just have Banquo go over here to start providing some cover?
Yep. He moves 18, right?
Yep. The Pegasus Scout Hover Tank 3058 upgrade. Moves 18 hover and does 2 at medium range, and has all those delightful recon specials.
And he
ECM
gets
throws.
behind the trees at the strut support of the bridge. And there he is.
Yep.
Okay. For the Word of Blake, next, I just went on 405, so it's going to be this alarm carrier. One alarm carrier declared no move already, right?
Yeah,
I just
the
didn't
one
flip.
closer to you.
Yeah, I didn't flip his card. That's why I was wondering.
Okay.
Okay, so 412 is the next alarm carrier. So the next alarm carrier, if there are any activated enemies within 42, no enemies within 16, and this unit has no line of sight to any enemy,
No move.
that's right.
The Aces deck knows how to run LRM carriers. Terrifying. Okay. Jeepers. Jeepers and also creepers. Can the Spectre get behind the Fenris?
Can the Spectre get behind the Fenris?
Yeah.
The Fenris hasn't moved yet.
Oh, it's got a movement token.
No, he shouldn't.
Okay.
He hasn't moved yet. He has not moved yet.
Yes, Beskar, go ahead and embody Luthor.
I would be behind him already if he had moved.
Understood. Okay, then our mediums have to shake it up a little, I think.
Well, we have this Exterminator coming this way, and we have a Night Sky.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Ostrock.
A little further back.
8. She moves 8, right?
The Ostrock moves 10.
10. So it's 4. Sorry, 6, and then 4 to get down. She can come run all the way down here like this.
Okay.
That's her move, and she's a 2.
She's a 2.
Because we are going to seal off this side. That Night Sky's coming. Night Sky now may react on that. If it does, then the Night Sky is going to have problems with me and Nero Drago over there. Right?
All right. Okay. Who's back up on the Blakes?
Next up is going to be, there's only 2 units left to move. How many do we have? We have myself and Nero, right?
And Nero and the evacuation vehicle.
Okay, so yeah, we got to move. We have to move 2 next turn. We have the Night Sky is next. So the Night Sky wants to, on aggressive, if so, if the ideal red is activated, then the unit can move behind it. Red in this instance is objective. No, can't get behind anybody, so we're going to go to balanced. The ideal red is activated. Yes. Within 14, it wants line of sight to the nearest activated red. So 14. No, 14. Red defaults to what's in the zone first, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
What's activated within 14? I believe that's going to be our friend Vera Langston right at 14. So keying on
Night Sky, though, right? Not the Fenris?
Oh, sorry, the Night Sky. Where is the Night
Yeah,
Sky?
Night Sky's
Okay,
over
yeah. So what's within 14 of the Night Sky? Sorry.
What's in 14 of the Night
My
Sky?
bad. I was looking at the wrong manager.
We got a lot on the board. So not quite Crateson. And red hasn't activated yet, and I don't know. I can't tell from here.
Crateson's activated, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's just missing.
Okay, so Crateson's the target for movement. So she's going to key on, or the Word of Blake's going to key on Crateson. So ground or jump if necessary. Occupy woods, cover from as many units while maintaining, moving closer to the target.
Okay, and that's going to be here. Does it want line of sight on the target more than it wants cover?
No.
No. Okay, then yeah, that's
Occupy woods and cover is first, and then cover.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the next guy's TMM?
That is a 2.
That is a 2.
I got 3 2s here.
Yeah.
Okay. Mech 7.
Now all of these folks have moved. We're safe to move this Maxim. to get off of this bridge, the Maxim has to get onto here.
Yeah, there's no point going there yet. Just move all the way up to the damage part, out of line of sight for now. There you go.
Yeah.
Because, again, vehicles with partial cover cannot gain partial cover. They just don't have line of sight. So that's an okay move. And we have to move 2 here because we have myself and Nero Drago left, right? And I am going to move after the Fenris. So we're going to move red first.
Okay. Red might be able to hit this night. No, hexes. It'd be cool if he could hit the night sky in the back, but I don't think he can do it. Especially because that Wolverine...
Can he jump?
The Wolverine can jump.
Let's bring him over here.
Well, hang on. If the Wolverine jumps 10 and ends up like over here...
It's going to get splattered.
Yeah.
Comes this way, we can gang up on these 2 mechs.
All right. Take him.
We don't necessarily need to take shots this turn, right? That's 10.
There you go.
That's a jump. And then we've got the...
You like that facing?
Yeah, nothing can get behind him.
All right.
And he's facing towards where the exterminator is.
Going to be.
If unit can move behind the nearest enemy. That's a good question. 16. No.
This is part of the fun.
Oh,
remember,
no.
Paul's been doing this for almost 2 years, and he's still sometimes surprised by the cards.
No. He can move. He's just staying aggressive. He can actually move behind me.
Mm-hmm.
No, activated enemy. I'm unactivated.
Okay.
No. No, he cannot. He's going to go to balanced. My bad. If there are any activated enemies within 24, yes, he's going to stay on balanced. So, zone any. Line of sight, or moving towards, the closest activated. So, not me in this instance, because I haven't moved yet. Closest activated, that's right at 15. Red's at 15. They're both at 15. So, it's going to be the... What's the point values on the 2?
On the Wolverine, it's 36, and on the Spectre is 40.
So it's going to be on red, the Wolverine. And wants to occupy woods while moving closer to target, cover for as many units as possible. 16? If it moves too close, I'm going to smash it, right?
Yeah, but the card just, like, they do as
well, I can move it all the way around here and give it cover, but then I can just jump. That's a possible move.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get behind it, at least. But...
And there is a rule in the rule book. If ever there's sort of a debate like this, the default behavior is always what benefits the deck the most.
Yes. So it would subject itself to fire from 2. It wants to try to move so it doesn't subject itself to anything other than the Wolverine, right? Hold on. It's 8. That's 16 to there. It wouldn't have line of sight. If it could get all the way around to here, it would have line of sight. Can't do that. Problem is I haven't moved for the Aces deck. That is the trick. Like, yeah, he can come all the way around to here. I'm just dropping stuff tonight. He can come all the way around like this. I can't get behind him from there.
Then that's the right move. That's what he would do.
I'm going to put him here, actually, because then the Ostrak can't see him, right? And the Fenris as a 3. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to deal with that Fenris, or I'm just going to let red deal with it? What do you think?
I think redundancy is key. I think the 2 of you should be on it.
Hold on. Before I expose myself to all that over there.
Well, do you have to go all the way back, like outside of the range of that building? Like,
I'm going to go like this.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
right?
I don't think the Penetrator has a shot. Sagittaire definitely doesn't have
And I'm
a
a
shot.
3 with a jump. You gotta. Don't worry. I'm just gonna. We know I'm a 3 with a jump, so I'm a 4. That's
Okay.
okay. Yeah, that's really the most likely.
Okay. Then
Grindy, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so you guys are shooting first. We're shooting first.
all right, Mech
Want me
7.
to start with me and Red?
Yeah. Let's see how that.
Okay, so well, we'll do me first, I guess. I'm at just outside short range. Yeah, I'm at 7. So I'm going to be at base 2, jumped 4, range 6, partial cover 7. 3 for his move is 10s. What am I at medium range? 2 dice?
Your Spectre at medium range is 2 dice.
2 dice on 10s.
Weird.
Miss and miss.
All right. Spectre.
Nero Drago from the Tortega Dominion is going to fire at the Fenris. Short range.
Nice.
So base 3, jumped 5. The Fenris on for 3 is 8. Partial cover 9s.
Ouch.
How many dice?
2 dice. Well, 2 sets.
6 and 8. Miss.
Eh.
Ostrock over on this side of the board has no line of sight there.
Right.
Nothing. Vera can't do anything. Randolph P. Checkers sitting atop the Leopard dropship.
I think you can see the Sagittaire.
I definitely can see the Sagittaire. That's about it.
Yeah. Oh, I wish you could see the Penetrator.
Yeah.
The
And that's going to
Penetrator was
be
smart.
probably long range. This is 24. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
long
Long
range.
range. But
Definitely
it's
long range. So he's going to be a base 3, long range 7.
Yep.
Stood still 6. Partial cover 7. 1 for him is 8s,
8.
right?
Throwing 4, looking for 8s. Well, do you want to throw for Tex? Or
Yeah, I'll throw for Texas turn.
Yeah.
I'll throw for Texas turn.
Tex likes Paul better than me.
No, he just tolerates me more. There's a difference. 8s, I said?
Yep.
It's a 1 hit, the black dice.
Okay. Yeah. 1 hit on Presenter Adler Geist. And a reminder, in this scenario, that's important. Taking out the enemy commander comes with several bonuses.
Kermindy, thank you very much for the donation. No, you have not triggered the kill Paul yet. I actually haven't even been shot at yet, thankfully. And Kermindy, since you haven't seen us play since last season, I am no longer piloting my Phoenix Hawk Lamb. That was shot down at the beginning of the Blakist era during the assault on Saturn. The assault on Saturn. I lost my Lamb. I am now piloting a Spectre. I am essentially of the ranks of the dispossessed at this point. But yes, I do make my way around in this tiny little.
Yeah, I think the character arc would be that he eventually grows to love the Spectre. That hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't happened yet.
No, it hasn't been great.
It hasn't. It's been a rough transition period.
They clipped your wings.
Yes, they clipped my wings. Okay, what do we got?
All right.
We got Randall?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Banquo. We'll start with Banquo. We're going across the board, right?
Yeah.
Banquo's got no line of sight, I don't think.
Nah.
No, Banquo can't see anything.
Nice and cover. Savannah Master's got nothing.
Randall next.
Maxim's got nothing. Randall's got nothing. I think that it's just Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy is nice and elevated. I think he's ignoring cover left and right. We got him peeking through here, though, and the Blakes went onto the side. So he's looking at the Thug, but can he also hit the Sagittaire? Yeah, so I think the targets are either the Sagittaire, because that's important, or the Thug, because it's already been hit. And I think the Thug, because it's already been hit, wins out, because that's going to be easier to start doing some real damage.
So, yeah, the Penetrator's taking the most.
Yeah, the Penetrator is in cover.
Yeah.
Can't do it. It is within medium. So Tommy shooting at the Thug. It's a skill of 3, 4, 5 for medium, 6 for its TMM. Throwing 5 dice, looking for 6s. That's not bad.
Nice. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go, Lin 6. Be more than just a face.
Nope. Yes. Yes. 3, 4 hits.
This is on who again?
4 hits on the Thug. That's pretty good.
That took out its armor.
Hey.
took out his armor exactly. He had 4 left.
One more, and you
1,
could have
2,
hit down a
3,
critical,
4.
Tommy. I'm not here to judge. Kratos has a shot on that thug, so maybe she can get her revenge.
Yeah.
Short range, skill 4, 5 for the thug's TMM, throwing 2, looking for 5s. Come on, Bad Apple. We haven't been declaring crit dice, and we should. I'm going to say the green is the crit dice here, because of, she's Capellan. I saw the first 6. I thought it would have been great. No, but that is 2 hits on the thug.
That's a critical.
So let's roll a critical, and let's see some boxcars. Come on, give me a go boxcars. I want to see boxcars. Let's do boxcars. So close. 11.
Engine hit.
Engine hit. Okay.
That's not good.
That's not good for the thug. The thug is not long for this world, but I think that's all the damage the Mech 7 can dish out this turn.
Okay.
And so now comes the return fire, and that's going to be ugly.
So we've got, this is upside down. That's better. There we go. Okay. First and foremost will be 173, the Black Knight. Black Knight.
I mean, the only thing it can shoot at is Kratos and Scorpion.
Okay, it says priority rear and then yellow, which would be first thing it can see. Or if Kratos the only thing it can see, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so TN 6 or less to overheat. Just keep that in mind.
Yep.
And we are going to be at a base of 3. Range is short.
Let me double check.
Very close.
It might be just medium. It's medium.
Okay, so 3, 5, Kratos 2, 7s, partial cover.
Yeah, partial cover just the
So
block.
8s. So he's going to have 4 sets of dice. You can roll for the A on this one. 4 sets of dice on 8s.
Sage, if you're watching, Paul made me do it. Looking for 8s. No, and yes, and no. 1 hit takes out the last of the armor on Kratos and the Scorpion.
Okay, next is going to be 223. That's the Thug. Thug wants to beat up on who was attacked by an ally this turn, first and foremost.
Yeah, great. That's Scorpion.
Yeah.
We got to change that Scorpion up.
The target number is 6 or less for overheat on this, so it'll be close. Base 3, range. Base 3.
Short range.
5s, partial cover? No, 5s, so it's going to overheat.
Yep.
Overheat. It's got no OV value on this one, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And they're they're not +1 until next turn. So you can roll it again for you can beat up on Sage.
Jeez, how many am I rolling?
This will be 4 sets of dice.
Another 4 sets of dice.
On 5s.
Sage, he's making me do it. Looking for 5s. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. Scorpion is still alive, but just barely. And it's going to roll for a crit. It's a 9.
No crit.
No crit. Okay. Scorpion is in.
We're standing even though we're taking a beating here.
Yeah.
264 is the Exterminator. Exterminator's got no shot.
That's easy.
Nice and easy. Next is going to be the Penetrator. Penetrator. Highest armor loss that it can see.
Can't see Kratosin. Can't see the Maxim. It can't see Tex. I don't think it can see anybody.
It's got no line of sight.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so that's the Penetrator done. We go to 600 series. It's 5-5. We go to 405. That's the Sagittaire. Sagittaire, can it shoot anything in the back?
It can't.
Nope. Attacked by an ally this turn.
Yeah, that's it. This is going to be the end of our friend Kratosin.
Well, we'll see what we can do here to miss. Boom, base 2. That's not good. 2, 4, 6, 7 with partial cover maybe.
Yeah, 7. Throwing how many looking for 7s?
It's short range.
No, medium.
Medium, 4 dice.
4 dice. Looking for mediums. 4 dice looking for 7s. Come on, Jesse. Roll low. No, and no, and no, and no.
There you go, see?
Hey.
The elite Sagittaire pilot at point-blank range misses.
Look at all those lasers,
502. Yeah, so the LRM boat closest to me, LRM carrier, if there are no enemies, use indirect fire.
Yep.
So who hasn't shot yet? That would be the Fenris.
And the Night Sky.
And the Night Sky.
Oh, and the Penetrator.
They're both. They both have less. They both have less IF value.
Right.
So.
Night Sky can see the Spectre. I don't think. I don't. He might. Yeah, and I think it's reasonable to say he could see red.
The Fenris can see red. That's it. Oh, and Tex.
Okay, so how do we determine who's the better target for spotting?
Well, it's going to you figure out what the target numbers are. All right, so over here it's going to be at short range.
Yeah, so it's going to be over there for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be on red. Yeah. So it's going to be at 3, 5. Or sorry, they're 4s. Yeah, they're 4s. 4, 5. Red went for 2 is 7s, 8s because he jumped. So 8s on the jump. So I have 4. You can roll them.
Hey, roll for your
well, you've been rolling good in our favor here by missing constantly, right?
I mean, that is my specialty is rolling low, is rolling few pips.
But 7, 6, 7, 5.
So 2 hits?
No miss. They're on 8s.
On 8s.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Next is the Gunslinger. He's still in, he has enemies in line of sight, correct? The Gunslinger? Yes, he does.
Yeah, you could see the Scorpion with partial cover, and he can see the Spectre.
Attacked by an ally this turn, so he's going to fire at the Scorpion. If he couldn't see anything, then he would be firing at Nero Drago indirectly. So next is going to be base 3 short range.
No, medium.
Medium 3, 5, 7, 8s on 6 sets of dice.
6 sets. Oh my goodness.
6 sets of dice on 8s. How much armor does she have left?
There's just 1 structure left.
1 structure left. Will there be 1 8 rolled
on 6 sets of dice?
Where's Randall when we need him?
Oh yeah, there's boxcars in there. You want to flash our boxcars thing?
Oh yes, there it is.
All right.
Crateson, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
now,
you are gone.
Another thing to consider: does the Scorpion eject out of the back, or does it eject out of the top?
Well, she just usually kind of sprawl out over the outside of it, anyways.
Right, so she just jumps off the back without
off.
even. Yeah. Either way, that Scorpion is oot.
All right. The Night Sky is next. Night Sky did not spot, wants red on the command list, which is objective.
I can't see the Maxim over here. I don't think you can see the Savannah.
If it can't see any, if it can't see any red naturally, then the red will be the default closest unit to it. Well, any unit to it that it can see closest.
I don't think it can see anything anymore. Does it can see text? I don't think so. Not because of this. Then I can see the Spectre, but it's in its rear arc.
The closest unit. That's all. There's no red. That the closest. It can't fire at an objective. Therefore, now the closest unit defaults to red because that's the only condition on its card.
I mean, the closest unit is the Maxim, but it can't see it.
It can't see it. It's the closest unit it can see at this point.
It can't.
Closest unit that it can see is the target.
What am I missing? Because I don't think it has a target.
It can't shoot at me. It can't shoot at anybody.
You're in its rear arc. That's what I said.
Okay. Yeah.
So that can't see the Maxim.
Okay.
Can't see the Savannah. Can't see Tex. And then everything else is behind.
Okay. Then it's got no shot. Okay, that's cool. I thought you were thinking I would say keep trying to fire at the actual target. No. The priority of red. Fenris? No, the other LRM carrier goes before the Fenris.
Karamindy, if you're asking about on the Scorpion, no, there were boxcars, but it wasn't on my crit dice. But it was still boxcars, and it was enough to
kill it.
To wipe out that Scorpion.
So indirect fire on red, going to be at long range, so it's going to be 4, 8, 11s. 4 dice on 11s.
Jesus.
And the Fenris doesn't shoot on its turn because it's spotted.
Yep.
Got him.
Wow.
I saw one.
Yeah, 111.
You got the card over there.
And a snake eyes, but yeah, it's
dun, 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 dun.
The mighty big red 40 tech gets scratched.
He gets scratched. All right, that's the end of turn 2.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to take off and we'll take a look at what we got here. Where are we at with the game so far?
So the Mech 7 have lost Kratos and Scorpion. They took this is fun. They took much less damage that turn, but you can see Jabal Arazad's Banshee is still low on armor. Everyone else has been pretty much in fighting trim. So they are okay, not counting the fact that they're down one of their mechs.
Okay, so we're at the 2-hour mark right now. We'll do one more turn here and see how we progress to get some of these units off. I think we're going to get a couple off.
Yeah.
We're going to get the Savannah Master off, most likely, the board, and probably that Maxim.
All right. Well, then, let's roll for initiative.
Let's do it.
No new evacuation vehicles spawned this turn. That's good.
Blue dice. 10 for the AI.
Boxcars. The Mech 7 feel super initiativized.
All right.
The light of tactical awareness just pours out of their face.
Tommy approves.
Nice.
Tommy approves.
God knows I love to make Tommy happy.
LRM carrier closest to me is the first to go.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't do anything.
Let's take a check here. I just dropped this mech card. If the nearest enemy is activated, no, it's going to go to balance. If there are more allies than enemies within 18, I believe that is true. It'll stay on balanced. It's got more units within 18. It's here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the penetrator's within 18 of it.
Okay.
That means it wants to, within 18, what's within 24? Kratzen was destroyed.
24, I don't think is going to give it a lot of love.
I'm within 20.
Oh, no.
I'm within 24.
Yeah, yes, you are.
I'm within 24. It wants to try to get within medium range while staying out of line of sight and cover, occupy woods.
Can't.
No, but it can come around and take cover.
What's its move?
It moves 4.
Vehicles.
So it starts moving this way.
Yeah, it's going to move towards the gate.
And then the next one to move is going to be, I got to move 2 here, 252, yes. That is the Gunslinger. Gunslinger, if the ideal yellow is activated, nope, nothing's activated, so balanced, nope, nothing activated yet. So goes to cautious. Makes sense, they're in a bit of a pile there around a few of our enemy units. It can use ground or sprint if necessary. It wants no line of sight to any enemies while trying to pull back as far as 6. It wants to try to maintain distance to 16 and occupy woods as best it can.
It's just going back here.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a 1?
That is a 1. And we will go to the Mechificent Seven.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the one of the mechs took an engine hit. Who took the engine hit? The engine hit's on the Thug, and we have an MP hit on the Penetrator.
Whew. Okay. What do we want to do? I think Tommy's Highlander jumps. I think we got to get Tommy a little more into this fight.
It's done some significant shots in 2 turns.
Yeah, but I feel like all that armor, like I want people shooting at him and not at like our Scorpion, right? I mean, too late. But on the other hand, we know that we're going to be pulling guys over there, so maybe having Overwatch there makes sense. Well, then we'll move him just enough to generate a TMM. I'm going to put the +1 here. We know that's a little unbalanced in terms of the mini, but we are going to say he is moving up.
Yep.
So he can have a nice clear range in between here.
Okay, next for the AI is the Thug. The Thug, if there is an ally within 24 that has lost more armor than it.
Ally within 24 that has lost more?
Yeah.
Maybe the
Penetrator, yeah. So it would be a brawler aggressive. Within 10, it wants to target red. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't lose anything, but they did. So I might have to change the card here. I'm sorry, I'll walk it back, guys. I did not follow the rules. If you lost, if there are enemies within 12, if you lost more PV, no. If there are enemies within 12 of any of your units that are greater in size, no. Okay, so no, I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat the system. If there are activated enemies within 24, and this is the Thug, right? Is there any activated within 24 of that Thug?
No.
No? Or sorry, within 20. And we're going to go to Cautious. It wants to target the nearest. Okay. Occupying woods, maintaining a distance of 18, cover from as many other enemy units as possible.
Maintaining a distance of 18.
If it can. It's going to try and move away, right?
It moves 6?
Moves 8.
So 18 away from the maximum, be all the way back there. Back at those trees.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do that with 8? Almost, actually. Yeah, so I think he's just moving back and sort of setting up a firing line.
Oh, he's taking a lot of damage, right? He's only got 4 internals left.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 1? You have a 1 over there?
Correct.
You got a lot of 1s since you got all the big boys.
There's a couple of them. Okay, 532 is too high. 283, the Black Knight is next on the initiative order. Black Knight, Brawler. If there is an ally within 24 that has lost more armor, that is correct. These Brawlers are going to stay tough. Within 14, wants to target yellow, which is the objective, which is cool. I like how the deck is staying priority on the objectives here. It wants line of sight to at least one activated enemy. Wants to move closer to an ally, cover from as many enemies as possible.
Okay, he's moving 8?
Yeah.
So, if we think that he could move, can he step from here to here? I don't think so. But if he's up there, he can see him.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's going to be... So he's going to move... So that's about 2 inches. 3,
yep.
4, 5, 6. That means he can see it from there. Okay, and that's another one.
And he's got cover from Tex, or Randolph P. Checkers. And, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, that's a 1?
Yep.
Okay.
To
we
us.
Yeah, Mech 7. I think Tex is
our Savannah Master is going to move 26.
Oh, can you make it right in?
I think it can make it to the elevator at least, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, but tremendously, yeah. So he's going to have plenty of move left.
Yeah, and get up,
yeah. So to get up, do we want to? He still has move left. We want to pull him over there, and so he's within.
No, because at the end of the turn, he's going to move up on the elevator because there's other units that may jump in on there with him.
Okay.
Right.
So he's in there. Savannah Master is a 4.
And that's going to bring up 532, 465 is lower, 384. That's the Exterminator. Good. Exterminator, if the ideal blue is activated, the unit can move within 16 of it. First time we've called on blue. Blue is lowest armor. That would be me. And yes, you can move within 16 unless he's staying aggressive. Within 16, moving towards me, blue. Occupy modes, move closer to the target. Once nobody else within 10, cover from as many units as possible. Wants to line of sight to me. Oof. It's not going to be good for it. Coming around that corner, I don't think. This thing moves 16. Yeah, he can do it. He can come all the way around to here. He's out of line of sight from the... Oh, no. He's going to come like this. And then he's out of line of sight from the Ostrock. No one else can see him. He's right beside me, even though I haven't moved.
Yeah.
But I can't get behind him either.
Okay.
To the Mech 7.
Yeah. Well, I think that other Maxim is going for the other elevator. 16 hover, I don't even have to measure it. I can do that, no problem.
Yep.
There you go.
532, 465. Yep, that's next. So this is the Sagittaire. Sagittaire. If the ideal activated is within 24, the activated is the objective. That is correct. Will ground or jump here. Wants the target at medium range. Occupy woods. Cover from as many units as possible.
So he's looking at the Maxim in the elevator?
Or the closer of the two.
Okay, just because that one isn't activated, I wasn't sure of the rules.
Oh, yeah. No. If it's activated, yes. He wants the activated.
He wants the activated one, yeah. So then he wants to... he's going to want to just come out like that. Sniper rules. There you go. Oh, you got another one over there?
One.
Here, I got one.
You got one? Okay, cool. All right. So next we're going to be up with the... Oh, it's Mech 7's got to go first.
Yeah. Okay, well, and we got to get Jabal out, especially since we know this is going to be the last turn. We want to borrow some of that firepower. Is there any easy way for him to get some height? I don't think so. No, and he can only move 6, so he can't sort of get around this. I don't think there's much he can do from down there.
I'll just keep him still.
Yeah. Too bad. Okay, I'm going to stay still.
And then we've got the Penetrator at 374. Oh, knocking the cards off. So the Penetrator... Put this back in place here. The Penetrator, if the unit has armor greater than any enemy's medium damage. That's correct. No, wait a second. That's not correct. It's Penetrator, right? He's got no armor. He's going to go to balance. The ideal blue is activated, and the unit can move within 16 of it. Blue being lowest armor.
Lowest armor at this point, probably the Banshee. It's down to 2.
Within 16.
Yeah, within 16 of the Penetrator.
And then it branches out to...
Yeah, that's just the Maxim.
24. So the Maxim? Yeah, that's what he wants. He's going to target on it. He wants target, move closer to the target, trying to get a shot at him with no cover if possible, because it's a vehicle. Cover from everybody else.
How much does he move?
This is who again?
The Penetrator?
Penetrator is only moving 4.
I don't think he can do that. If he heads out that way, he might get a shot. That's right here. Okay, and that's 1. Shoot, toss me some.
Which one do you want?
Penetrator's a 1, right?
A 1? Okay. To us. I think the Ostrock is 4 or 5. Go like this. And there's a 2. So Vera is going to step up. Try and lay down some suppressing fire there. The AI is going to move on 532. It's the far LRM carrier. I wonder what he's going to do. he's going to stand still.
Not a big shock.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's exactly what we want them to do. And that would bring up... Tommy's already moved?
Tommy's already moved.
So we got to move everybody over here, right?
Yes.
Well, Banquo.
Yeah, and the Maxim over here.
That Maxim's just going to stay put because there's not much left. All the big guys have moved over there.
Yeah.
They can't see him, right? Because he got partial cover.
The Black Knight can see him.
Can he move into a spot where he can get partial cover?
Yeah, if he moves like onto here.
Yeah, as long as he got partial cover, he can't be shot at.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
That's good. And then we've got the Night Sky at 588. Yep, Night Sky. If the nearest enemy is activated and the unit can move to attack it without being in any activated enemy's line of sight, stay on aggressive. So if you can move without being seen by anybody else?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
If there are any activated enemies within 24, yes. Yep. Zone could be any, wants line of sight to the nearest.
Maxim. To do that, he's going to have to climb all of this. How much move has he got?
He wants to move closer, keep unactivated away by 12, into medium range if possible. And this is who again? This was the
Night Sky.
The Night Sky moves 12J.
Oh, so if he can jump...
He's allowed to jump, yes.
Then he's going to jump up here. And that's still partial cover to Tex. But he can see...
Yep.
Yeah, target there.
Okay, and what do we have left to move? We have me and Red. That's it?
Yep.
So we got to move both here because we lost. Or no, we won initiative, right? Our guys won initiative?
We won initiative.
Yeah. So I will... They only have the Fenris left to move. Fenris can't jump. I'm just jumping out of the line of sight of that other unit. There. Oh, face like that. No. Yeah, nothing else can... Yeah, nothing else can see me. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
And then Nero. Oh, no, sorry. The Ice Ferret first. And then Nero goes. If the ideal yellow is activated and you can move to attack without being in any activated line of sight. No, that's not true. If the ideal yellow is activated. So he is going to go, and the ideal yellow would be the closest activated unit. So his range...
Is it you?
I'm not activated yet.
Did you just...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Closest activated, that's me. So he wants to... Line of sight only to target. Cover for as many as possible. As no activated within 12 while moving closer. Well, he can't move closer, so that part of the equation gets eliminated. But he wants line of sight to me, and only me if possible. He moves 16. So that would mean... He runs back there. Gives himself cover.
Okay.
And now we can move Nero.
All right. Well, Nero is moving 10 jump.
Exterminator here, that's pretty much out of play at this point. We don't need to worry about it,
yeah.
Other than the fact, unless we want to get the glory kill, because Vera is going to fire at it, right?
Yeah.
And we have to move Banquo here too. Right? Banquo can just go over to the other elevator.
Sure. I mean, the exterminator can't kill Nero
Actually,
this turn, right?
Actually, Banquo moves what? 18.
Yeah.
He can actually come. No, he can't. Yeah, just move him over to that elevator there.
Sure.
With the other one, and then Nero.
Yeah. Nero can't be killed by the exterminator this turn, right?
No.
Yeah. So if he just goes there and helps Vera blow it up. Or blows up the
Or
Fenris.
does that. Do you want to deal with the Fenris?
Yeah.
Just jumps right at the Fenris, and hopefully we get 2.
Sure.
Because I can pot shot it from there with a large laser, right?
Cool.
Right.
Okay. Blake's fire first.
You can roll. I'll call them out, okay?
Boom.
We can go through these quick. 2062 is the first. That's the alarm carrier closest to me. It wants the nearest activated. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he wants to use indirect fire. So attack by an ally this turn is a secondary backup. Doesn't matter though. So what's he have indirect fire at? He can indirect fire at
the Maxim. At I think the Spectre.
the Maxim. Who's the spotter there?
The Black Knight or the Night Sky can both see the Maxim, but I think they'll both do more damage than the LRM carrier.
It's IF4. The Night Sky is only 3 at medium range.
Okay, the Night Sky is the spotter.
Okay. So Night Sky is a spot on the Maxim. It's going to be 4 sets of dice. It's going to be base 4. Medium range is 6.
7, 8, 9 for the TMM.
Yeah.
Throwing 4 sets, looking for 9s, hoping they miss. 1 hit. And that's it. 1 hit.
Cool.
On the Maxim. The evacuation vehicle survives.
Next is the Thug. The Thug. Attacked by an ally this turn. Can you see the...
The Thug cannot see the Maxim. Cannot see...
red would be objective, and then lowest TMM.
Tex.
Okay. He's going to be at medium range or long?
Oh, that's got to be long. It's all the way across.
Yeah, you're long.
Yeah.
So he's got... it's the Thug. He's got 4 dice at... Or sorry, 2 dice at long range.
Okay. Karamindy, we've got these elevators for lifting units up towards the Aurora in this scenario, which is a homebrewed thing for this board that Paul has designed, but we're calling it a move of 2 gets you from the bottom or the top to the top or the bottom. 5 and a 10, so 1 hit on Tex. Nothing to worry about there.
And next is going to be 656, 283, Black Knight. Black Knight wants to attack by an ally this turn. Anybody you can see there?
Yeah, the Maxim. That's what he's there for.
Goes. Yep.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Maxim moved out of his line of sight.
So who took the other shot?
The Night Sky spotted on the Maxim, and it got IF'd. The Black Knight can no longer see him.
Okay, so then he wants yellow, which would be the lowest TMM it can see. It's objective. He can't see any objectives, so he's going to go to yellow.
So that's probably Banquo. It's partial cover and medium range. Although technically Banquo is in the elevator, so
yeah, he's got partial cover. He can't shoot Banquo.
Yeah,
he's got to shoot the next lowest TMM. It's going to be Tommy.
I don't think he can. This thing's in the way. Then it's probably going to be Tex.
Tex. So you're going to be that's long range. Just it's going to be close.
24.
Just yep. So he's going to be at base 3, range 7. Tex didn't move, so 7. So he's going to have this is the Black Knight, right?
Yep.
4 dice.
4 dice. Looking for 7s. I guess ERP. Oh, no,
actually, hold on. So let me double check his overheat. TNN overheats. 7 or less. Yep, he can overheat.
Okay.
And he has an OV 3. Whoa. He can OV up to 2, so he'll use 2 because it's the last turn.
Okay.
So 6 dice.
Yowza.
You're going to try and take out Randolph P. Checkers, Esquire.
Looking for
barbecue
7s.
enthusiast.
1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits. Oof.
So there's like a mech elevator. So the idea, Commandy, is there's a platform here where it's like a landing dock. It's like an industrial area, right? These are skiffs. It's kind of like where they're bringing in shipping containers and whatnot outside the city of Avalon City on New Avalon during the invasion of New Avalon. So the bigger one over there is up on an elevated area. There's these trams. There's like lifts or elevators that can carry, cargo mechs, machinery mechs, forest mechs, or whatever that load and unload, with giant shipping containers on drop ships and whatnot. So they're activating it, moving up as they're taking people out in the escaping the city while it's under siege.
Okay, that's Black Knight. Does a ton of damage to Tech's
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, so 374 is next. It's the Penetrator. The Penetrator is just hurting. It wants blue. Blue would be lowest armor.
I don't think it can see anything.
You can't see anything at all?
I don't think so.
Okay. So he's done. Where is Penetrator? It's right there. Okay, next up for the Word of Blake would be 465. Yep, that's the Sagittaire. Sagittaire wants attacked by an ally this turn.
No.
Lowest armor.
Can you see text? I cannot see text.
Yellow, which would be first objective. Is there an objective it can see?
No objective he can see. I think he's shooting at Tommy.
Yeah, lowest TMM, then highest medium damage. That defaults to Tommy at highest medium damage.
For sure.
So the Sagittaire's on medium range. 4 sets of dice at skill 2. So 2, 4. Tommy didn't move. There's 4. There's no partial cover. It's 4s. Lynn 6. Harlan Storm getting shot at.
Looking for 4s. That one was cocked. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It hurt. It hurt.
That's the Sagittarius 4.
And last but not least, the Fenris. Which went where?
Back there?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. The Fenris wants something to shoot in the back. No. Something with no cover. It's not red, believe it or not, because Nero Drago's got partial cover from that step. So he's shooting at me. From there to there, because I have no cover. I call BS, Josh. Kermindi, there it is. There it is. The Kill Paul initiative. Priority PPC, yeah.
Extended range.
Yeah.
Prioritize Paul Clarkson.
That's right. It's got Nero Drago standing right in front of it, like, no, no, I am not shooting at this. Hold on. Where is this?
Now, we in the audience.
I am not shooting at the guy square in my face. I'm making this card. This is Josh. I'm making this card that's going to shoot at Paul from a longer range over Big Red's shoulder at me.
Now, may I suggest an alternative? We know, and you in the audience will soon know from watching the Mech 7, soon to hit YouTube, that there may be another reason why this Word of Blake mech has decided not to shoot Nero Drago.
Very good point. Very good point.
There's some flavor in them hills.
Oh, wow.
And
The
you'll find
AI
out
deck
more
is
about
more
that soon.
advanced than we realize.
Right?
AI is dangerous.
Big Red, if you're watching, that's for you.
Fenris is a base 3, medium range 5. I jumped, so that's 9s. 9s. You can roll against me.
How many are we rolling?
9s. He's got 3 sets of dice.
3
9s.
sets of dice, looking for 9s on Paul Clarkson. Boxcars on my crit dice, but that's the only hit. So what's the crit? What do you think, folks? Is it going to be boxcars again? Nope, to 5. I think that's no crit. One hit on the specter.
You've got it. You've got my card. Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's perfectly believable. That's the fun part.
Oh,
all right,
wow,
that's all the Blake
wow.
shooting, I think.
No, there's still 2 more. The Exterminator and the Gunslinger. So the Exterminator, lowest TMM. Oh, he can't see anybody. He's got no line of sight. Oh, no, he can. He only has 1 shot. It's at the Avira. Yeah. So it's going to be at base 3, range 5, cover 6. Avira 2 is 7s. You can. Yeah, I'll roll it.
Yeah.
It's how many dice there? It's going to be 2 sets of dice. I'll use black and white. Hit and hit.
2 more. That takes the armor off of the Ostrock.
And last is the gunslinger. Oh, so we get the gunslinger and the alarm carrier. The alarm carrier actually shoots last. If there are no enemies in that site, use no. It's got yellow.
That's objective?
Yep.
Yeah, night sky spotting.
Yep. So he can only spot if he's got no target. You cannot fire indirectly if you have line of sight to a target.
Oh, yeah, but the LRM carrier is
No, I'm not using the alarm carrier. I'm on the gunslinger right now.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah.
Can he see text from where he is?
Yellow would be the default closest mech if it cannot see an objective.
You can't see the Maxim.
So it's the closest mech.
Can't see these. So probably the Highlander.
Highlander, yeah. Okay. So he's going to be at base 3, medium range 5. Highlander didn't move, but it's partial cover, so 6s. So it's going to be 6 sets of dice on 6s. I'll roll this because I'm rolling against Tommy.
Best friend there.
I'm rolling against Tommy. So let me get him here. So 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold on, because it's what did we say it was the hit number 6s?
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Let's take a look at what the overheat is, because blowing up Tommy is always fun. TN 6 or less, and his overheat is 1, and he can overheat up to 1. So beautiful. He's going to have 7 dice against the Highlander. We're going to use all the Linvander dice against Tommy. And hopefully get a hit. 6 sets of dice on 6. 7 sets of dice on 6s. I see a 5. I see 2 5s. Missed twice, so 5 points of damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's out of armor, but he is not touched in structure.
And then we have the LRM carrier who is going to do the 1 indirect fire shot. Oh, no, we didn't have a shot indirectly. He's got nobody to shoot at because he has no line of sight. Nobody spotted this turn. So it goes to the Mech 7 to finish off the game here. So we are...
Tommy can shoot back at the... Well, he's going to try to hit the penetrator, right? It's got no armor.
So before we do that, though, let's discuss what we're going to achieve here. So in 3 turns, we are going to score the Savannah Master. For this would be next turn. They would be gone. Savannah Master, the Maxim. The other Maxim wouldn't have gotten off yet.
Nope.
So in 3 turns, we would have gotten 2 out, losing the Scorpion, and plus whatever we kill here, which is not a bad. I think we did pretty good. We held up pretty good against the damage these guys are doing. So now let's go to our shots here, right? So we'll go from my side to your side.
Okay.
I'll take a pot shot at this bloody Fenris that shot at me instead of at red. Absolutely ridiculous. What do we got? What do I have over there? I got 2.
You got 2 at medium.
2 at medium?
Yep.
I'm going to use the Linvander dice and pop this Fenris. I'm at base 2. I jumped 4, medium 7. He went for 3 as 10s. 9 and 8. Close but no cigar. Nero Drago declares no fire. Oof. No. He fires at them. He's got 2 dice at short range or 3?
At short range, 2.
2. He's going to be 3 6s. 9 and 6, 2 hits on the Fenris. Yeah,
you got the Fenris.
Yeah, and the Fenris hasn't been hit yet, so
doesn't quite finish him off, does it?
No, he's got 3 armor left. We go next to Randolph P. Checker sitting up on the hill.
He can see. Can he see the? I don't think he can see the penetrator, but he can see the gunslinger. He can see the night sky. He can see the black knight, which is in the worst shape.
Penetrator can be destroyed here. He only has 4 internals.
I don't think he can see the penetrator, though.
No, he can destroy the thug. He take 4 points.
Yeah, thug's long range. But
that's fine. What's his long range damage?
Okay, it's 4.
4?
So
and can he overheat?
He cannot overheat, weirdly. for the 9Q.
Okay, so we'll use the red ones. He's going to be at 3, 7, 8s. That's 1 hit, 2 hits, 2 hits. 50%.
Okay, and causes a critical?
Yep, you can roll that if you want.
Sure, why
This is
not?
on the thug, right?
Yep. Come on, boxcars. Would love to see boxcars.
Randolph P. Checkers.
Nope. 8.
Irrelevant.
Okay.
Um,
Who earns?
We've got the Ostrock.
Where is she? Oh, she's
Right there.
Can she hit the exterminator?
She can fight the exterminator. Yeah, the exterminator can't get killed unless she crits it. So she's going to be on base 3,
Base
range.
4. She's regular.
Oh, is she regular? That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
4, 6, 9s. You want me to roll 4?
Yeah, throw 4. Looking for 9s.
4 for 9s. Let's see if Vera gets no hits. That's a 5, a 3, a 8, and a 7. Okay, that's everybody on this side.
Okay. Then from closest to me, Banquo can't do anything because he's in that elevator technically. The Scorpion is down. Jabal can't see anything. That just leaves Tommy. Yeah, his partial cover, but he can hit that thug.
Thug, yep. He's hit him twice.
It's pretty sure it's going to be long range. It is. So he's going to be throwing 4. His base 3, 7 for long range, 8 because of his TMM. Throwing 4, looking for 8s. Can Tommy do it? That's cocked. 1, 2. Only 2 hits. That kills it.
And there it is.
Hey.
There he is. Thomas Gofton has finally come to play ball.
Thomas Gofton, Harlan, Lid 6, Storm, kills a dirty, dirty Blakist to end that.
And that is that. That was good. I had a lot of fun with that tonight. That was good to get my brain working again for playing some Battletech. I haven't played for so long.
Remember how it works.
Yeah. Yep.
So, in terms of the scenario, you can see how the escalation is going to work. Because the Mech 7 can't keep taking that amount of damage to score points. But they would have just scored 2 points already. Blakist didn't manage to kill a single evacuation vehicle, so the players are ahead. Longer the scenario goes, the trickier it's going to get. You're going to have to put the evacuation vehicles more and more into danger. This is interesting because it gets really exciting like turn 3,
Yep.
then it'll come down again, and then get really exciting towards the end.
Yes. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I look forward to seeing this done at both conventions and doing this at Adepticon with lots of different people there. And we'll have Red there with us, I think, is coming to Adepticon this year, too. So that should be fun. All right. Well, we'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight for Ace's Legacy. We look forward to seeing you guys every Sunday. For the next 2 weeks, we'll be doing this. And then 3 weeks from now, when we do the third stream, that day we will have recorded the first of our post-production shows that we're working on, which will then be released 1 or 2 weeks later. So slowly starting to ramp up the content for you guys and get lots of cool stuff for Aces and narrative gameplay, Ilclan era and Blakist era, Jihad era, and every other era with the post-production show. We're going to do like little mini campaigns, 3 and 4 mission mini campaigns that tell cool stories. So anybody wants to see something, drop us an email, throw a comment on the video something you'd want to see for a faction, and we'll try and put it together, and I'll pass to Jesse to do the sign-off.
Sure thing. If you liked what you saw, as we said, we're taking pretty much this exact board to those conventions. We'll be at Breakout Con at the Sheraton Center in Toronto on Saturday, March 15th, and then we'll be at Adepticon in Milwaukee. I forget what that was called, but you'll be able to find that one easily on Google. Adepticon's pretty big, so you can see that for yourself there. Focht Network is also showing Aces off in person at in-store games. Find us on our Discord or on our Facebook to find out more about that. We promise we'll be showing you some more stuff out of the Aces boxes. That'll be coming soon. We're going to have the new Lynn Vander painted up with the new minis. We'll get those on camera, so stay tuned for that later on as we keep doing more episodes. And until then, hey, all that jazz, like and subscribe, and let us know, drop a line in the comments.
Like and subscribe. Helps. The more likes we get, more comments. Comment and like. Just put on there, A-OK, whatever you want. I kill Paul, whatever you want to do. It helps the algorithm.
We do get a lot of kill Paul, but yeah.
Great night. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.